everybody, and welcome to Flights of Fandom! I am so excited to be here with you all for this, the finale of our Pacific Rim flight. My name is Liza. I will be your GM for this evening. We are running Beamswords and Bazookas. Let me hold this in a way that it doesn't shine on my lights. There we go. A wonderful independent game by Sweaterpunk Studios and written by none other than Justin. Yeah. So yeah, I will have my fabulous cast introduce themselves momentarily. But yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for everyone who's been tuning in. We are very excited to fight some kaiju. And yeah, what else do I need to say in my intro? Oh, my name is Liza. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me around the internet as Darling Archer, but mostly you can find me here on Manapot, mostly on Wednesdays, like tomorrow. And with that, I will hand it over to the cast, starting with Hopper.
Oh shit, that's me. What's up, everybody? I'm Hopper. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm a player on this old disaster we call Strain. I can be found on Flights of Fandom most flights, and also once we return on another show on this network, Hole in the Worlds. I just stopped saying the word halfway through the word. The Hole in the World stream, which is an Invisible Sun actual play. It's dope. And I am here tonight to play a rather cranky old man, Ransom Holt, Mark 1 Jaeger pilot, and General Dick.
General Dick. Sorry.
I thought he was a sergeant.
Next, Calais.
Hello, I am Calais. I use she, her. I will be playing Rachel Altshuler, who also uses she, her, who is our Jaeger Rosie. And I can be found around the internet as either Calais Reed or Anglophile Slytherin. And I'll also be here tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Holler.
And yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, our wonderful auteur, Justin.
What's up, everybody? My name is Justin. I did write Beamswords and Bazookas. You can pretty much find stuff that I make under Sweaterpunk Studios all around. I use he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing as Lee Cason, a former astronaut trainee who flunked out of Jaeger training pretty dramatically and has a lot of guilt he's dealing with at this point, but has been helped along through the new friendship with his co-pilot Rachel.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Puja.
Hello, everybody. My name is Puja. I am here like Hopper on most Tuesdays, and you can find me on the internet at Puja. On Twitter, my pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Shailee Thakkar, a fight master at the Anchorage Shatterdome, who has until last episode been benched from actual Jaeger piloting. Although now that she's in there with our delightful Ransom buddy, I just think things are gonna get punched. Like, it's just gonna happen because Thembo's got a Thembo, which is what we can say about Minerva generally.
Yes. So our heroes here have had an action-packed last week or so. They were summoned to a secret meeting in San Francisco under somewhat false pretenses, and asked by a high-ranking data analyst at the PPDC to take on a secret mission, infiltrating an unauthorized Russian Jaeger base in a remote part of Russia, and they were financed by an Australian telecom magnate who is in no way based on any real life telecom magnates, and who has been affectionately nicknamed Comcast Dundee. That's not his real name, but it might as well be at this point.
Affectionately.
Yeah, well, I figured the air quotes.
I have literally forgotten his actual name.
It's Ryland
Altus.
Altus.
I take notes.
Thank you.
I know I took
appreciate
notes,
you.
but Comcast ND ended up being written in bigger letters.
Fair. You guys infiltrated the base, discovered not one, but two experimental design Jaegers. You determined that the facility had been abandoned because of an industrial accident with this weird kaiju blue infused quasi crystals that they were also using in the development of some of their experimental Jaeger tech, including a program that Lee discovered some rather disturbing footage of, something called the Delta Protocol, which appeared to give its test subjects telepathic powers? Question mark? You extracted the Jaegers, did battle with some Russian fighter jets, and made it onto the White Whale, a satellite launch boat supplied by Mr. Altus, and have been slowly making your way back across the Pacific towards one of Altus's sort of secure locations in the northern Pacific. In the sort of mid-Pacific, just on a random island. And yeah, as you guys were going along, you had some time to decompress after your first drift together. You did a little bit more delving into the research that you uncovered at this base, and found out some interesting things about who had been behind some of this research, including none other than your friend Comcast Dundee. What he plans to do with this, you're not entirely sure, but you're pretty certain it can't be anything good. You overheard some talk about a satellite launch, but after that you overheard something even more significant. Last we left off, Shailee was standing in the communications office with a white-faced communications officer and a blaring siren beginning to ripple across the deck of the ship, repeating two words.
Kaiju rising.
So I think where we're going to start is, other than Shailee, what are all of you doing when you hear this?
There's a solid chance that Lee is with Rachel watching some sort of reality television.
Garbage reality TV.
Yeah, I feel like Lee is dressed in like some just like the equivalent of the ship's gym shorts and like t-shirt, just like some extra clothes, just like lounging very hard, enjoying the voyage.
Maybe like leaning against the Jaegers even just because they're there. And I can't imagine this ship has that much deck furniture.
No.
So if the weather's decent,
Is the weather decent?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's quite nice. You guys are in kind of, you're sort of like, I guess it would be like, sorry, I'm trying to figure out my directions here. Like east of the Philippines. So like, yeah, sort of in the ocean between the Philippines and Hawaii.
Makes
What
sense.
is that, Micronesia?
So we're just hanging out, we hear the alarm blare. It like goes throughout the entire ship, not just where Shailee is. Okay,
I mean, it's starting to kind of, you hear a siren going off, and then you hear people kind of repeating those words like as they hear them.
Yeah, so I think Lee just turns to Rachel and he's like, fuck.
Well, we're probably the closest, I guess.
We're definitely the closest.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
How
This'll be
aware have
fun.
you guys been?
What's
Because
that?
you're not technically the closest. Or if you are, you're tied. Because Ransom's still fucking asleep on top of...
No. Like we, as in the four of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not the two of us.
But
You're like,
also,
Ransom sleeps in the cockpit. He doesn't leave.
No, Ransom is like beach bumming it up. He like bullied some deck, like a deck chair out of someone on this ship and set up on top of Bruiser Minerva.
So yeah, I feel like
he is old. He's been old man napping in the sun for like 3 hours.
Rachel is gonna, as she's standing up, take a bit of the like popcorn that we've been eating while we've been watching our garbage TV. She's gonna like try and chuck it up to Ransom to wake him up if he's not awake yet.
Sure. What I would like you to do is make me a ranged,
This will go well.
ranged attack roll. So that is going to be precision and survivor.
Oh, things I'm so good at. Let's see. 6.
I'm assuming it's like the kernels at the bottom of the bowl.
I was going to say, because throwing actual popcorn is pretty impossible.
True.
It's just the whole bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how well you roll.
I feel like the clang is gonna be
Yeah.
more likely to
Nope.
wake him up.
I don't know. He's sleeping through his alarm, so.
I don't know if he's asleep, but he's up there, so I'm gonna throw something
sure.
at him.
Got those good go to your
And
butts.
fail completely.
Yeah, I think your hands are a little buttery. You do end up sort of yeeting the whole bowl.
But they still make a loud clanging noise. It's fine.
Which does definitely get Ransom's attention, but also now all of your popcorn is gone. You see a couple of sea birds that have just been sort of like perched on it, kind of going. Just,
I've set the seagulls on
Yeah.
him.
yeah, Ransom. You see,
Honestly, that's
you
better.
hear flapping.
What the fuck? And like, Ransom like kind of sits up from the deck chair, like not like you hear like a drink, kind of like one of these virgin cocktail glasses just kind of bounce off and shatter on the side deck. You see him stolen the glasses he stole from Lee Askew. He's like somehow you're looking at him. He's not actually sunburned. He just looks more leathery. And he looks up and pulls the earplugs out and is just listening to the alarm message going off and then kind of glaring down at the two of you.
Sorry to interrupt your beauty sleep. I know you need it desperately.
Think that means us, old man. Talking about the alarm.
Yeah. All right. Somebody find Shailee.
Actually, from your position atop Bruiser Minerva, you almost feel, as you say that, you just feel your eyes sort of scan, and you see Shailee kind of standing at the door to the communications department.
I'm just gonna wave. Just Mary. but with gravitas and dickery, whatever the Mary equivalent of
My.
Head nod.
Yeah.
just,
Probably not
there we
up
go.
there.
The world's most aggressive long distance head nod.
Rachel and Lee, I think both of you just would, given your backgrounds, would know you guys are pretty far out at sea. Putting the Jaegers out here would be inadvisable. Walking
Right.
along the bottom of the ocean is not faster than continuing to sail, and you don't actually know yet where the kaiju is or whatnot. All of that kind of information
Right.
is pretty heavily, like, tight-fistedly controlled by like the K Science listening posts. You would guess maybe that you guys have intercepted this signal pretty early, given just where you are. You're not far from at least one of the listening posts, but definitely more information.
Would we have been able to pick that up?
Probably not just with like a tablet. You need a little bit more kind of heavy duty.
I should probably rephrase that. Should they have been, like, the ship have been able to pick that up?
Yes, it's common
Okay.
for ships to be able to pick it up because they need to know what areas to avoid.
Okay.
But like knowing that one has arrived and it like being on your front doorstep takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, this is probably just like Kaiju Rising specifically refers to they've detected activity in the breach.
Right.
We got a minute.
Yeah.
So in that time, since Shailee's already in the comm area, she's gonna ask the person who looks like she's assuming that when they heard Kaiju Rising, people in the comm room started communicating with somebody.
Yes.
So without getting in their way, she wants to just kind of hang back and try to pick up on if they hear about a where or which direction it's heading, or, you know, like she's just trying to kind of keep an eye out as to what's going on as much as she can.
Absolutely. Make an awareness check. That's going to be wits plus leader.
Wits and leader. All right, that's a D10 and a D12. Woo, nice.
It's so smart.
More at this stuff. Well, that's a 9 and a 12.
Nice. That's 3 successes. Yeah, you see the comms officer after a moment kind of shakes herself out of this stupor and bends back over, her long fingers kind of tapping out various messages, and you see her kind of dialing up some sort of frequency and kind of speaking in hushed tones into her headset. But you're able to sort of lean closer and make out that she is speaking to somebody. It's a male voice with a strong Australian accent. You're fairly certain it's Altus. And you hear her saying, yes, sir. Yes. I see. Can you figure out that direction for us, sir? Of course. Proceed to the base as planned. Do not engage. I understand, sir.
In my time coming to this room a lot, I assume that I probably know the name of this controller. What is her name?
Adala.
So I'm gonna approach Adala and just say, I just realized my mic is super high compared to where it should be. What is going on? Are we not in a position to intercept?
I'm not certain, but Mr. Altus says that our instructions are to proceed to the base as planned. We don't know if these Jaegers are rated for combat.
Well, as a person who is engaged in combat while in said Jaeger, well, you know, I would say that they're pretty functional. It feels wrong running away from a fight if we're the best foes to fight it.
Well, we don't know where it's coming up yet, so unfortunately, we don't know if we're the best place to fight it.
Could you let me know where it is coming up? I ask, of course, because my brothers, and, you know, if it's near Mexico, I would love to know. And,
I want to maybe influence her to help me out.
Yes, go ahead and make an influence roll.
What is that?
I believe it's heart plus leader, if I'm not much mistaken, but I'll double check it for you. I don't think we've done this before.
I just saw that I get advantage on that shit.
That sounds right, yeah.
Yep, heart plus leader.
sweet, okay. A 5, 11, and a 1.
All right, so that's 3 successes again. And she just sort of looks you up and down. You can tell that she seems a little conflicted by this order that she's received. But you also see her kind of looking nervously over your shoulder. And you see Maxime standing in the doorway, kind of from the bridge to the communications kind of room, with something of a glower on his face as she's looking at you, and she says, I'll see what I can do. And just sort of, but she does it with like making eye contact with you in this way of like, I can't really talk right now.
Yeah. And then Shailee will drop her voice to where only she can hear and say, it would be a shame to put money in front of people at a time like this, and back away and just say, I'm sorry for disturbing you. I know it's a stressful time. I will let you do it. And if anyone needs me, I'll be with the other 3 idiots at the Jaegers. And just like very drawing attention to her selfie, like just to kind of get it off of the controller, head out and hopefully draw Maxine's eyes.
Yeah,
Maxine's
yeah.
eyes towards her.
Maxime is definitely watching you go, and then striding in, you hear him saying, you basically hear him saying, like, pull the boss back up, I want to speak with him, and the door sort of slams behind you, Shailee.
Not sketch at all. Shailee is going to, I don't know, be annoyingly I don't know. I just see her as like, think of her as right now feeling a little bit like a rogue who just does unnecessarily acrobatic shit for the sake of it. Because she's just like, fuck stairs. Yeah, exactly. So she wants to like, I don't know where the Jaegers are compared to where the comm center is, but she's gonna jump on some shit and climb on some shit and get there.
That sounds like something you gotta roll for.
Yeah.
It's gonna be precision and survivor.
And that's acrobatics?
Indeed it is.
All right, I get advantage on that too.
Show us your skills.
Well, we're wearing a Jaeger, and like she doesn't get advantage on anything in there, so she's just like, I can do shit. A 6, 5, and a 10. I am rolling like bomb right now.
That's 4 successes. Yes.
Ransom.
Ransom.
Sorry, that's a 9, 5, and a 10.
Okay, well, that's still 4 successes.
Yeah, I know. But she's like, what the fuck?
Ransom, you look over at Shailee, who then kind of does like a swan dive and like the like thing where they like circle around the bar a bunch of times in gymnastics. I don't know what it's called. And then like vaults and like perfectly 3-point lands on the head of the Jaeger, kind of like knee slides over to you.
Can we see this?
Oh yeah.
I would like to applaud.
Shailee will stand and like bow. And then she's going to gesture towards Rachel and Lee to like, where the fuck are we gonna talk in private? But I guess she's first she's gonna gesture them over. Like, we need to like kind of point to her, Ransom, and the two of them, and just kind of like, we need to huddle.
Can we climb up onto the Jaeger where the two of you are?
I mean, that's probably the least likely place to get overheard.
Yeah.
We don't have to be on the head. We can be on the chest. There's more room.
Well, maybe not directly on the chest, because there's probably
the nuclear shielding is a thing.
We don't need to give Ransom anymore.
I'm just saying, the head would be just as dangerous as the chest if it weren't shielded.
You know, the last time somebody told me nuclear shielding was a thing, they were wrong.
The one thing I will say, if you're specifically wondering about that, inside of the con pods would also probably be a good place not to be overheard.
They wouldn't be connected to their bridge yet?
No, you guys haven't activated them from here.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's all cram into a con pod.
There is plenty of space inside a con pod if it's
For
not moving.
4 people?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
it is on its side, so it's a little
But
bit
I mean, like, if
awkward,
you're
but
watch,
still.
they're in the con pod when they have the spines put on and everything.
Oh, there's
And
a
there
ton
are
of
like
space.
texts and stuff there. There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
But it is funny though,
But it is sideways.
the sideways. We're just like all kind of like perched on different things. Like, I think Shailee like will climb up onto something and just sit on like.
The arm things.
Which Jaeger do you guys want to go into?
I'm assuming Minerva because we're on her.
That's fair, I suppose.
More spacious, probably.
Sure.
So yeah, can I ask real quick? Do we know where this base is that we're headed? Have we like been told our heading, or is it like very hush hush?
No, I mean you've been told, but it's just like one of the bazillions of little tiny islands.
Yeah.
That are basically between the Philippines and Australia.
Sure. Okay. But it's like an Altus controlled.
Yes, yeah, he owns it.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, Lee kind of hunkers down inside of Minerva, and he's like, wow, this thing's got a lot more room to move around in than ours has.
I would like to sit on like one of the they're not called cradles, but like the thing that they're leaning against. I just want to sit on one of those, like cross-legged with my tablet.
Yeah. Yeah, so the 4 of you are gathered.
Shailee will fill them in on what she saw and heard, and what did you say, Adala? Adela told her. She is also keeping an eye at the same time for any messages from Adela on her own electronic device. But once she's filled all that in, just say like, if I know none of us except Ransom are field tested in Geyser fighting, but I just get this feeling that Comcast Dundee cares more about protecting these assets that are not even his, that we have acquired.
About that, actually, I don't remember if we told you. I don't think we have yet. Turns out they might sort of be his a little bit.
What?
He helped fund the Delta Protocol that Lee found.
Son of a bitch.
Also, so you're aware, it's very similar actually to what Dr. Park was working on with the figuring out who can drift together. But it seems like, you know how they talk about the ghost drift? Sometimes you keep the link after. So it seems like this might make it last longer and possibly be used to influence or manipulate. I'm not entirely sure whether it meant between the two pilots or influencing the pilots, but be aware of that.
Seems like they have intentions to mass distribute phones that contain small-scale drift-compatible uplinks.
Don't know if any of you noticed, but the technology we've been using has been rather similar to bridge displays and such.
Listen, it's been hard for me to come to this decision, but because I think Mr. Altus is a nice guy on a personal level, but I don't think we can deliver these Jaegers to him.
Shailee's gonna... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask our lovely GM a question.
Please.
Would it be possible using my non-Altus acquired tablet, the one that I had originally that like my notes were on and whatever, and possibly some of the Jaeger tech, to eavesdrop on his conversation?
It's certainly possible. You
Try
would
and
have
scan it on the correct frequency or something?
you would have better luck in Midnight simply because Midnight has better systems. You could certainly do it in here.
He's mean.
But I'm giving you this for free. Just you would be rolling in addition a systems die, and Midnight's is much higher.
Yeah. If you want to try going into Midnight instead, or if I can pop out and then I suppose hook you in through the comms, I can try and listen to what he's saying if he's still talking. Or whatever communication is going back and forth.
I don't like this. It's all suspect as hell.
Yeah, I agree. And in fact, I'm glad that some of us have refused to call him by his name ever since the beginning, thanks to Ransom. But Lee, I agree with you. And how did you see anything about Dr. Park's involvement? I don't know if we can, if she knows what's going on with.
That's the question.
Dundee,
is she
Here's what I'll
is she
say.
involved or was her stuff stolen?
You guys rolled really well on those checks, so just recalling that information. You didn't see any evidence of that. What you do know, particularly Rachel, since you work with Dr. Park not infrequently, is that she used to work for Altus, so it's entirely possible that she worked for him on similar programs before she joined the PPDC, and that they simply are interested in similar areas of research. As from the materials that you found, it doesn't seem like she knew this, and what she told you in your original briefing was that Altus brought this matter to her. You are suspecting because he needed access to people who are trained Jaeger pilots to steal these Jaegers for him.
Well,
Want me to go see if I can take a listen?
And in the meantime, what are we thinking? Jailbreak?
Depending on what we find out. Should probably get suited up in case anyway, and given, worst comes to worst, we might have to go fight. Lovely as that prospect is.
Either fight Dundee or we fight Kaiju. It seems like we're fighting something.
We need to find out what depth we're at right now, because if we're taking these things and scarpering, then
I'm gonna start heading over while we keep discussing, just because that way we can hear this faster.
Is it just Rachel going?
I mean, I'll go to help her out.
Okay. Yeah, the two of you are running over there. You see the crew kind of eyeing you guys as you're entering the Jaegers. The Jaegers, I will say, are sort of like strapped down, simply for safety. And you see the crew kind of like going and checking all of those things and maybe tightening them up a little bit.
Can I, to the people, just flash my television smile, say, just in case, you heard the alarm, better safe than sorry.
Go ahead and make an influence check. I will also accept a leader. Sorry, it is a leader.
Does this count as a charm, perhaps?
I would say yeah, and you're using your
I get
celebrity
advantage on
persona.
charm.
Yeah.
Question: Can I give an assistance to that by exiting out of Bruiser Minerva and giving them all the most hardcore, intimidating death stare that "get off my lawn, you fucking kids" vibe, to kind of give a good cop, get bad cop kind of one too?
Pardon, leader, you said?
I don't necessarily know that would assist her, because she's definitely trying to calm everybody down and allay suspicion. That was very much the vibe I got. Calais, is that accurate?
Yeah.
So I don't. You can certainly do that, but I don't think it would contribute to what she's doing.
If this doesn't work, then I'm definitely gonna be "get off my lawn" ing.
Okay. So that's hearts and leader, yeah?
Yes, and an advantage because of your trait.
Really? I'm gonna push.
Do it.
That's 3 stress. Let me just edit that real quick before I forget. That's slightly better. 1 success.
All right, I will keep that in mind. You definitely, you see some people kind of smile back almost reflexively. They don't stop what they're doing by any means, but no one tries to get in your way. Hopper, was that the thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it too.
That was a big boy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Well,
What shocked gasp?
No, I didn't hear it through the mic.
It didn't come through the mic, but it was that was a
No, I'm not going to hear actual thunder from New York.
Rachel and Lee, you guys slip into midnight. You're just sort of patching manually into some of Midnight's systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lee's like, I don't understand why those other two want to solve every problem by punching something.
So, just to clarify, y'all are going to try to bust into their comms, right?
Pretty much. See if we can, match frequencies and eavesdrop subtly.
Can Shailee, in the meantime, just turn on the radar systems?
Yeah.
For Minerva, just to kind of keep an eye on incoming anything?
Yes, absolutely. So Shailee, you can make me a wits plus systems check.
Okay, I will do that.
With Minerva's systems and
so systems, that's another
yours
the
is
page.
a
Okay.
D6. Yeah.
All right.
And then Rachel, you can go ahead and make me. This is going to be a wits plus systems roll.
Okay,
I got 1 success.
No, it would be mechanics and engineering.
I still get mechanics advantage. I just don't get double advantage, which...
Yeah, it's not really computers. This is you sort of hardwiring. This is a hardware hack, not a software hack.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We'll use this one because it's shiny. Wits and systems, you said?
Indeed.
That is a D10, and Midnight Systems is a D12. And then I need a D6, which will hopefully not roll as poorly as the previous ones. That's not better, but 1 success.
Okay. Shailee, what did you roll?
1 success.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely turn on the short distance radar and the radio. Nothing is immediately apparent, but if that changes, I'll let you know. Rachel, you are having some difficulty. You think that this is only going to be kind of a temporary solution, and it's probably going to break your tablet. This was a 2 success. This is a pretty difficult thing to just sort of hack on the fly. So it will work, but only temporarily. But after a moment, there's a sort of a spray of sparks out of the connecting cable, and it says,
Encrypted signal detected. Display?
Yes. And I'm going to pass it through to Minerva as well.
yeah, absolutely. And you hear, under no circumstances are you to allow them to engage. I have worked too hard to lose this technology now to some
Can I record?
half-cocked idiots. Yeah. Make me a computers check with disadvantage, because as I said, your setup is a little bit janky.
Okay. Computers is wits and specialist, right?
Correct.
Specialist, wits, and I have double advantage, which is D8.
You just
it's
take
just
away
gonna be
one advantage.
D6, because
Right.
it's disadvantage, yeah.
Right, okay. Where's my D6s? Here's one. Really?
And you only take the 2 lowest
1 success.
results.
No success. Wait, you both?
No, they'll cancel out. The
Oh, they cancel
advantage and
out.
the
You're right.
disadvantage.
You're right. Never mind. You count them all.
So that's 1 success.
Okay, you're recording it, but you're gonna have to sort of like pull this at the right moment for your tablet and your recording to not be fried. Is essentially the result.
I'm willing to pull out my phone and record on that, like, if that
Sure.
if
Yeah.
that's better or works better, I'm willing to do that.
We don't even know if they're gonna be the closest. I mean, this is not a solid investment of our resources. You just get them to the base. Offload the rockets if you have to speed up the ship. And then it kind of fuzzes for a second and says, what's that on the line? Interference? Adela, can you double check that? And you see him say, yes, sir, right away, sir. And then you kind of hear of like a frequency change.
Can I chase them?
Not and keep your equipment.
Yeah.
Were we told at some point that there was an option for extraction through some sort of... Am I remembering this wrong? Was there some sort of rocket escape thing at some point? Or
I
no?
can check. Give me a second.
The ship,
No.
the
No,
ship
okay,
that
alright.
we're on is intended for launching satellites.
Correct.
Right. Right. Okay. That
However,
makes sense.
Lee, you would guess that it, when he's saying rockets, he is talking about some sort of like booster rockets that may be stored on here, which are fairly
Sure.
heavy. So jettisoning them to make the ship move faster, while a costly thing might actually work.
Gotcha.
Cheaper than losing the experimental Jaegers, at least.
It dawned on me that I probably should have been helping Rachel during the time that she was doing all of that stuff. But I think Lee is enamored with this. Like, isn't there effectively a big red button in our Jaeger that like initiates the Delta protocol?
It comes up on the HUD.
And the HUD, right?
So it's not there now because
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
aren't drifting.
Okay. Is there any indication in terms of hardware what that might possibly do, or is it like just really inaccessible without drifting?
You can make me an engineering check.
Can I help now that the recording?
He's doing this while you're doing that, based
Okay.
on what Justin was saying.
Yeah, I'm doing this in lieu of helping you.
I'm going to give you disadvantage on this, though, just
Okay.
because you're not super well trained in this
Sure.
particular area.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, no, I couldn't quite come up with anything.
Yeah, not in that
No
moment.
successes.
If you spent more time on it, you might be able to figure it out, but at the moment everything looks fairly standard to you.
Yeah, and it seems like really experimental technology.
Yes, and you can see the one thing I will give you just for freebies is that you can see traces of sort of this bluish crystal material kind of worked into some of the metal alloys and definitely in some of the cabling. Yeah.
Gotcha.
While they're doing this, Ransom wants to police up all the gear that we had on our mission, especially any sorts of firearms in case we need to make a more aggressive egress.
This is where I'm going to have you make that intimidation check to kind of just, because I assume you're trying to do this kind of quickly.
Very quickly, and ideally replacing after everything that he just heard about, I think the tech being similar and being used to potentially control people, he definitely wants to not have tech that's linked to these sunglasses.
All of the tech on this ship is Altus tech.
So there's no like walkie-talkie type basic security stuff?
No.
All right.
Why would he do that? It's all his stuff.
Let me know if you want Shailee to help. Intimidate.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this might actually come down to divide and conquer, and Ransom just kind of looks at Shailee and goes, I'm gonna go get all of our gear ready to go, but we need some replacements for the Comtech in case this gets tense.
I mean, I don't know if I can get us a replacement, but I can help.
All right. Let's do it before the egg
I mean,
heads.
she can flex at people too.
Let's
be real. I mean, what did you think she's gonna like?
I don't know. Be charming.
She's already working on that.
Equally intimidating.
She'll be intimidating. Let's do that one.
All right. So you guys are going around together, kind of collecting up the stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So Puja, if you're going to assist. Then you can go ahead and make an intimidation check, and each success that you receive will give an advantage to Ransom.
Okay, toughness and renegade, and I have advantage on intimidate checks. So toughness and renegade. Okay, that's an 8 and a 6 and all right, just one success.
Okay. So Ransom.
I start with advantage on intimidation. So
it'll be a D8 advantage. I'm actually, unless you're like physically threatening people, I would like you to make this with heart and renegade.
Heart and renegade. Okay.
Yeah, because you're basically just trying to like convince people. Unless you're like physically cowing them, and I was letting Shailee do that because basically you said you were going to be there to flex at people.
Fair. Okay.
She's doing the whole like
the
arm push out thing. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, my biceps aren't this big. I'm just pushing them out.
Yes, I'll do heart. If it though for argument's sake, what would it be if I tried to deceive instead of
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay. I have advantage on that too, but that is only one success, unfortunately.
Okay, so you're able to get everything. You don't find any new comm equipment. You're able to get sort of your guys' stuff, but you're not able to get any of the sidearms.
Any small arms at all?
Now remember, you can push if you want to re-roll that.
Yes, I do.
Lee and I have the small arms. You two have the large ones.
Terrible. Oh, that was such a great life choice. That's 3 successes.
Yeah, you get everything you're looking for. There just is. Here's what I'll say: with 3 successes, you're able to find a really old, shitty set of like actual walkie-talkies.
That's
in a
100% what I
closet.
want. I want like the worst thing possible that has I want walkie-talkie with the long curly Q thing up to an earbud because that's least likely to be hacked or monitored.
We got cans on a string.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Don't
have
go too hard apart.
you have some walkie-talkies.
Yeah, like a duffel bag full of rifles.
Well, you have whatever gear you brought on here.
I brought.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Ransom
whatever
doesn't
here.
leave
Wait,
home
what did you
without his
guys-
duffel bag full of rifles.
Apparently.
So yeah, at this point, you guys arrive back at Minerva, and Rachel and Lee, you both here.
Incoming hailing frequency. Display?
Sure.
Yes.
And then you hear, and it's been, I should say, it's been like an hour probably at this point, hour and a half maybe, since the signal first came in, with you guys doing your stuff and Ransom and Shailee going around the boat collecting equipment. So Rachel, you hear, is this connection going through?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Shailee?
Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. Hello. I'm sorry. You can hear really like loud crowd noises in the background, like talking. You recognize the voice as Dr. Park.
Okay.
And she says, I wasn't sure. I could not get through to your phones. The signal wasn't going through. Everyone is trying to call out here. I found it. Anyway, it's unimportant. I don't know if you've heard, but there's a kaiju.
Is it coming towards you?
Yes, it
Of
appears
course
to
it
be
is.
directed towards Honolulu. They are considering our options. They are talking about calling in Viper, but the repairs are not finished yet. And the Marshal is suggesting an evacuation. But I don't think we'll be able to get everyone other than the top brass out in time. This thing is moving very fast.
Do we know what rank it is?
I'm not entirely certain, but my guess would be Category 3.
We're still... Do I know whereabouts we are on the map? Like how far we are away?
I mean, it's probably a good 1,000 miles.
Yeah. Like we're still... If we were an hour ago by like the Philippines, then we're probably still not very far away.
Oh, no. This ship does not move that fast.
Yeah.
It moves like 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
Important question. Have they jettisoned these booster rockets yet?
You should make me an awareness check.
All right. Let
I'm gonna do what
me
I think we're gonna do. Oh no.
see what I have for that. So
He says, the Marshal is considering calling in the nearest Jaeger, but I am concerned that there has been insufficient time to make necessary structural repairs. How confident are you feeling about piloting the Jaegers you have recovered?
Well, if we have no other choice, then we have no other choice, I guess. Are you guys
we
still?
can do it.
You guys can't hear us anymore, I guess, because you left the Jaeger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So we are coming
Can
back
I-
to the Jaeger once we're done.
Can I call? Do I happen to have in the file that was given to me, or any of the files that were given to us, either Ransom or Shailee's cell phone numbers? Like not the Altus phone, but their normal phone numbers.
I think
Unhelpfully, Ransom does not have a phone.
what I would say is at this point you can hear them outside coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. If you can wait about a minute, it sounds like they're getting back in. We can try. There's
yeah,
a big
so-
complication, but we'll talk about that later, probably.
Lee says there's a lot of people that live on Honolulu.
Yeah.
We can manage.
The question is getting there in time.
I got 2 successes on my awareness roll.
Just from like feeling, you think no, they have not yet. But you as you kind of pop out to let Ransom and Shailee in, you do see them sort of beginning to make ready for that. You see kind of some compartments being opened, the crew being marshaled. You see Maxime kind of barking orders, standing up on the catwalk.
I don't know if this is the same crazy idea that you're having, but I have a crazy idea.
I don't like any of this.
But the four
There's
of
no
you,
way we can use those rockets to move faster, is there?
I mean,
Use it as NOS on a boat?
That's what rockets do.
I'm gonna go ahead and Ransom's gonna inject some material physics in that's a great way to snap the keel of this boat and or capsize it immediately.
I didn't say necessarily attach it to the boat.
So
Are we gonna hang on to them like
look,
Like attach it to the Jaeger, perhaps, was my thought.
God.
look,
I don't know
flying-
physics, real life.
That's
Trying to
okay.
fly with these things.
Jaegers do not have the laws of physics applying to
That's
them.
fair.
That's a great point, actually. But
So we
Lee
just
says,
fire one of them. Yeah,
12
hang on
Chinook
to them.
helicopters.
Lee says, listen, I've worked with things like this before, at least in a theoretical sense. And, you know, flying on them would be extremely difficult and dangerous. But have you ever seen how scuba divers are propelled with like a personal jet?
Oh, that's a thought.
We put these things in the water, we
Would they-
limit
would
their
they still
exhaust
burn?
somewhat, and then we just hang on and head straight
Would
for
they still
Honolulu.
burn underwater?
Yeah, that's rocket fuel.
It's
After this, they aren't going to be able to call us we can't claim to be the sensible ones anymore, I don't think.
The two of you step into the kind of con pod of midnight, and the door kind of shut, and you hear. You kind of had turned down the radio frequency, and you hear another voice that definitely doesn't belong to Dr. Park.
On the same frequency as Dr. Park?
Yes. And it sounds very upset.
Oh no.
The only thing you can tell that is that it is a male voice. It's turned down. You kind of turned it down to talk to Lee.
We have.
We're all four in
Yes, at
Sinister
this point,
now, right?
yes.
Cool.
So we're just gonna. I suppose we probably should ask them their opinions on this, or loop them in. Let's loop them in on this call. You two there?
Yep.
Are you turning the frequency back up? Is that what's happening?
In a sec.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they're
Okay.
actually there first. We have a call from. You'll never guess where the kaiju is headed.
I don't want to play this game. Why don't you?
You know
just
the
play
really
this?
important meeting that's happening with all of the bigwigs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Dr. Park is called. She's on the line. We're trying to figure out if we can get there. We have an idea. It's not a great idea, but it's an idea. Gonna put you through in a sec, and I'll
Okay.
turn up the frequency and loop them in.
You hear? I don't know what you were thinking. The meaning of this is absurd, Dr. Park.
Pretty solid.
Thank you. And you hear her saying, Marshall, Marshall, the line is still open, Marshall.
Sir and ma'am, we have an idea of how to get there quickly enough.
Which one of you idiots is this?
Rachel Altshuler, so.
All right, well, then your idea is at least worth listening to. You've got 30 seconds. Go.
We attach the rockets from the ship, use them to propel us through the ocean to get to you as quickly as possible.
Yes.
The Jaegers are airtight, so we won't drown.
Where exactly are you supposed to be?
Currently near the Philippines.
There's got to be some big damn rockets.
Well, they're for propelling satellites into space, so Lee, you would know rocketry better than I would, I think.
Lee's
Not
very,
throwing him under the bus. What are you talking about?
Lee's very intimidated by this guy, and he's just writing stuff down on a pad for Rachel to tell to him.
Okay.
Yeah, and you hear him say, normally, I'd have you all put in for insubordination. But right now, I don't think we have much of a choice.
You can't put me in for insubordination. I don't work for you, Stacker.
Not anymore, Sergeant. But I still
No.
think you know what the right thing to do is.
Yes.
I sure as hell hope you don't mean the right thing is to strap ourselves off to a rocket and try to hit an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Well, it's
Because that sounds remarkably stupid.
Do you have a better idea?
Define better.
An idea?
Also, at some point, I would love if we could discuss how There's a highly populated island in the middle of the Pacific and no Jaeger to protect it?
Yeah, seems like you lot
This
got
is
your...
hilarious to me. I triple checked and I couldn't find one.
No, not blaming
You're
you.
right.
No, I know.
Hysterical, and Shailee's calling him out.
Yeah.
goes,
You
To
dumb
be-
fucks.
We also talk about the premise. The whole first movie was the concept to
wall.
build a wall around the ocean, which,
Yeah.
What happens to Hawaii?
but
Bye.
like also literally
Yeah.
all the oceans connect, every single one of them.
I assumed that it had kind of been abandoned, but apparently not. I'm basing this on a real.
No,
real
I'm
kaiju
you.
attack.
I'm just saying, this shit cray.
He
Oh
says,
my god!
as you say that, he kind of goes, "Well, we did bring one in for this, but unfortunately, it's still undergoing some repairs after transport. And I assume that you'd rather Viper Alamo go into combat fighting fit, wouldn't you, Miss Thakkar?"
Yes, but it's still an oversight. There should be one there at all times. I'm standing by what I said.
Is out of game or out of character question? Is Viper Alamo your brothers?
Yes.
Oh my god! The drama.
So technically, we haven't actually done anything to be insubordinate yet, but that's neither here nor there. So does anyone have a better idea of how we're going to get there than hanging onto some rockets underwater?
I don't know which. Not any way that seems less likely to kill us, but I mean, it's a losing
Strictly
battle
s-
here at this point.
Is there a reason why we're hanging on to them underwater? That seems like a bad idea. Why not just launch ourselves into low orbit?
Well, if you fall off of one, it'll hurt less.
But will the water affect the combustion of the rocket?
Those
I don't-
things are pretty much all rocket fuel.
You
I
can
don't
you can
speak
do
rocket.
either of these things, and it's fine by me in my physics book.
Yeah, no, also that. Also, if you guys feel like you want to do that more in your hearts, I'm
At
off
this
my game.
moment, you hear
But
interference. Hurry! And the line cuts out.
I wonder who might have had a hand in losing that connection. Shall we suit up and steal some rockets?
And actually, you start hearing kind of hurried footsteps on the deck outside.
Oh, great.
so out of character, the more logical and safe thing to do is to try to launch ourselves up and over at a very shallow angle. But this is Pacific Rim, so let's do the dumbest thing
Also,
possible.
No, okay, but
Hopper,
which is
you
a cooler
don't have
visual,
a
though?
you would have to get the rockets up onto the deck and mount them on something, which
Yeah, very shallow angle.
yeah. This ship
Just
is
above
equipped
the
to
water,
do
scoop.
that, but you don't necessarily know how. I mean, Lee might.
Let's do the water idea. It's dumber.
I would like one person, you guys can choose who it is, to make me an awareness check.
What's awareness?
I believe it is heart plus leader, although in this case, I would also accept heart plus survivor.
I would get a 12.
awareness
instead.
is
It's
wits
wits and leader.
So I
my
should
bad.
do that.
Okay.
Because I got a 10 and a 12.
I'm about to say hearts plus leader is a double D6 for me.
I
there,
lied,
champ.
sorry. Thank you.
Is it?
That is a 9 and an 11.
Nice.
So 3 successes.
Yeah, you're Shailee, you can hear outside people shouting orders saying like, "You heard the orders, like get sorry, too many accents. It's time to get these things offloaded. Hurry up, double time."
Ransom's gonna hand out some the sidearms back to Lee and Rachel.
Maybe
and
we should get
whatever.
suited up first, really quick, and then so we can actually, fly these things.
All right, so I assume
Take
that
your
means
side on with you.
Shailee and Ransom are headed back over to Minerva.
Yes.
All right, in that case,
Well, weren't you in Minerva?
No,
I
they
thought
were
you
with
in
you.
Minerva.
Because we
were
came
with
back over to talk to
Oh,
Mark.
I thought we were communicating.
No,
You had
sorry.
gone back into Minerva, and we were looping over the feed to you guys.
Suit up, keep your sidearms with you in case they try to breach the cockpit.
Ransom and Shailee, I need both of you to make me athletics checks. As crew members, as you emerge, attempt to tackle you to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. What is athletics again?
Motherfucker.
Toughness
Shit.
and survivor. I would also accept hand-to-hand combat for this.
Can I just shoot them?
You certainly could.
Well, athletics and hand-to-hand combat are the same roll.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, and I have advantage
so
on
much
roll.
trouble to like be able to shoot people. It would feel weird if I didn't. Or maybe I'll just watch Shailee wreck these people.
That is 2 successes.
All right, Shailee, you make it to Minerva without incident. Ransom, are you shooting? Or are
I'm just
you...
gonna shoot a motherfucker.
All right.
Like, I don't...
Whereas Shailee's like throwing these kicks and punches and elbows and...
All right, so that'll be small arms.
What am I rolling for that?
Precision plus survivor.
Precision plus survivor. Nice. All right. Double D10. That'll be a 7 and a 9 for 2 successes.
All right. Are you attempting to shoot somebody lethally or just like in the knee or something?
I was literally about to say non-lethally, but in the most dickish way possible, which is the knee shot.
All right. Yeah. There are a couple of people coming from you. You just whip around, pull out your sidearm, kneecap one of them, and the rest of them just kind of like, and you are able to make it over.
That's
and
right.
The con pod just kind of shut as you see a bunch of them kind of standing around. However, you guys are not connected to anything to initiate drift. So if you guys want to hook in, you are going to have disadvantage on your neural handshake checks trying to do it from inside the Jaeger. Without any tech support. You can do it, it's just going to be a little more difficult.
Okay.
However, as you may recall, all of you upgraded your drift rating to a D12 at the end of last session. So
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. So what do we roll for the drift?
each one of you is going to roll heart plus drift,
Just drift. Okay.
and then a D6 disadvantage.
Right. Okay.
There's no like quick computer nonsense I can do to try and
No, unfortunately.
I rolled a
think so.
1, a 2, and a 12.
All right, well, that's 2 successes.
All
Is
right,
it?
so-
Oh, no, it's not,
Well,
because you have
it's one
disadvantage.
success, right?
No,
So it's once?
it's none.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, because
but-
you just take out one
Yeah.
die completely.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember, you guys can push.
I guess this is the time to push.
So if I'm rolling it, normally I would be rolling a D6 and a D12. I am instead just going to roll the D12. Is that correct?
No, you would roll a D12 and 2 D6, and just take whichever 2 are the lowest.
Nor the
I got
highest
2
die.
successes.
Yeah.
Oh, out of all of them. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got you.
I got 2 successes, so I can turn them to distress.
I'm gonna push.
Okay. Reroll all dice.
I would have gotten 4 successes.
My dice didn't go in the
I too shall push because that was no successes.
Okay, I got a 6, a 2, a 6, 5, and a 1.
Okay, so that's 1 success.
Hi. You know what I hear is really great this time of year? The horse and feather. I'm chasing the rabbit.
Okay, so Shailee got 1, Ransom got 0, Rachel got 2, and Lee?
I pushed and got 0.
Oh.
Oof.
All right,
Okay, so my stress is currently 3 because I
All right.
pushed.
This, I think, is a demonstration of girl power.
So I think we see kind of like split screen side by side montage. You guys pulling on the suits, kind of standing in front of the spine hookups. They kind of hook in. Hold on, sorry, I need the action music for this. So you side by side getting hooked into your Jaegers, kind of systems beginning to light up around you. The neural transfer gel beginning to fill up the helmets. And we see kind of blue light rushing around each of you. We see Shailee, having just heard about your brothers being in danger. You kind of grit your teeth, bat away all the other bad memories. As we hear...
Neural handshake initiating.
sorry, I forgot to do that earlier. We see Rachel similarly sort of focused as the gel drains away, just looking determined, looking like every poster version of herself that the PPDC has tried to sell. And we kind of see both of them simultaneously turn, as in both the Jaegers you hear.
Neural handshake. Incomplete.
So Ransom, do you want to tell us what we see?
Yeah, so we see kind of like the wibbly wobbly liquidy world, tinted violet for no apparent reason. And you see a very, I guess this would be Shailee saying this. Shailee would see a very odd sight, because it looks like Ransom, a lot younger, but it keeps kind of flickering back and forth between him and somebody who's of similar size and height, but very clearly of Latino descent. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. Oh yeah, so you see the Bay Area, which I mean, for most of your life has been a nuked out ruin where they had to use tac nukes to kill it's not Predator, it's Trespasser. There we go, to kill Trespasser. And this is an image of from bygone times. And there are a couple kids running around, and you kind of see Ransom having a very hard, looking extremely distressed by all of this. But the scene is very idyllic, just people running around, and it looks almost like Ransom's stuck, kind of following a pre-programmed path. As he's kind of like every time you see him shift out, it looks like he's trying to pull away, and then seems to stick.
Yeah, I think we see like some of the kids running by, like stop and wave, clearly greeting a family member. The kids look nothing like Ransom. And you see Ransom kind of try to step back and almost get pulled forward by the arm that waves back. What are you doing, Shailee?
Does Shailee see Ransom? I think first she's gonna call out. I just say, Holt. Holt, can you hear me? You need to snap out of it, buddy. This is not the time to go chasing rabbits. You're not Alice, and we're not in Wonderland, my friend.
Doesn't seem like he can hear you.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. What do you do when someone chases a rabbit? How do you get them to unchase the rabbit?
Here's what I'll tell you, just, having gone through the training program, is that usually when someone's chasing the rabbit, they're locked in a loop.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do something to change it.
Okay. Do I see young Ransom?
He's occasionally kind of there, and then he appears to be somebody else. Did you read Ransom's file?
I would have, yes.
Then you would recognize this man as his previous, as a previous partner.
Okay.
Is that correct, Hopper?
Yeah, another ranger, co-pilot.
Okay. I think Shailee is going to try to follow this person as they walk around to kind of see where the she figures the best place to, and this is all brain time anyway, the best place to break the loop would probably be at the moment of importance.
Yeah, it just seems like this sort of idyllic scene kind of looping over and over. Is that right, Ransom?
It just seems pretty idyllic. It's odd that it's this scene, but yeah, it's just it's this day at the kind of like beach right by a boardwalk type deal. It's just nice.
And there's no like place, like a glitch where the loop begins again.
I guess if we are doing like a rotate, I would say if we're doing a rotating thing, there's kind of like there's probably kind of a jump from like it's like, all right, let's go get ice cream to and then it's back sitting on a beach chair, just kind of watching the kids run around. Everything's kind of vague around the periphery, but like in this focal point view, it's very clear.
I think maybe occasionally you hear like abrupt starting and stopping snippets of an ice cream truck song.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, Shailee is going to try to walk towards this ice cream truck, like out away from the scene to kind of see if there's a way to expand the view.
Make me a willpower check.
Willpower. What is...
Actually, I will just take it. Just a willpower check, actually. Sorry.
Okay, heart and later.
Yes,
well,
yes.
At least one of those is good. Shit. All right, I have one success.
All right, yeah, you're able to kind of like find the ice cream truck. And actually, as you're looking at it, I think almost your senses and your memories of San Francisco and what it's like kind of come in for a minute. And the ice cream truck, which had been sort of placidly driving down the street, just starts sort of careening forward, kind of smashing bits of this memory apart. And Ransom, you kind of see Ransom sort of jolted out of this weird kind of flickering in and out state as this sort of changes. And you would guess he can probably hear you now.
Come on, Holt. I need you to come out of this. If you can hear me, push through it.
And Ransom is sobbing. That's the other thing. He is young Holt is ugly crying, but still somehow manages to look resolute while ugly crying. It's a very odd which way's out?
I'd like
I don't know, you the metaphorical Shailee giving a hand and pulling.
Yeah, make me a drift plus heart roll, Shailee.
That's a 7 and a 1, so 1 success.
All right. Yeah, you kind of grab Ransom's hand and pull, and Ransom, you kind of see the con pod materialize around you, and you hear,
Neural handshake established.
Ransom just kind of sags forward like he's just run a marathon, and like he's very clearly also like he was crying in and out, so and he just kind of
You got this, old man. Let's go punch some kaijus. Or, well, a kaiju. But first, let's do something incredibly stupid.
something rocket, something fly the rocket through underwater and then go and punch a big fuck off monster in the face, right?
And you forgot to try not to die at every step of that. But yeah.
That's presumed.
all right, so each of you does take 1 stress.
All right, I'm at 4 stress now. Don't we take 3 for pushing, right?
That's correct.
So all of us pushed, I think, right? Almost, or did Rachel not put? Oh, we all pushed.
All of
I
us
didn't
have
push
pushed
just
at
now.
some point.
I pushed previously. I did get 2 successes though, so I managed to go down, so I'm actually less stressed than all of you.
Nice.
Oh
Remember
yeah, I
when
had
you
that
help
one
your
over.
partner, if you get extra hits when helping your partner, it does also clear stress from you. So
Oh.
you just only
So-
got 1, Shailee.
Yeah. That's good to know, though.
Yes.
So I got 2 pushes earlier. Did that triple success reduce at all, or no?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What triple success?
I don't remember how it works.
It's like it's like one specific thing that you do when you're in the mech might.
Oh, it's
allow
when you're in
you
the
to
mech.
clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it is. All right, cool. So we add 1, so I am at 7.
So Lee, I assume we're back in that bedroom.
I think actually Lee is sort of like walking up to what I think is an outdoor memorial service and or funeral, kind of, similar either way. But I say memorial service because there appears to be like 3 pictures of like 3 different people, and there's a lot of there's a lot of like PPCD people there. And Lee's kind of like solemnly walking up through an aisle of people that are just like all giving him like dagger eyes. And someone like comes out of the row and sort of like stands in front of him and holds up a hand and is like, "You shouldn't be here." And I think he turns around and leaves. And I think he sort of like meanders through streets where he feels like every single person he passes is looking at him. And he goes to sit down in like a coffee shop just to like get out of the streets and collect his thoughts for a second. And he like looks at his phone and he sees a text message and it says like, "You were raised better than this." And then like he notices like playing on the TV in the coffee shop he's in is like there's like a news blurb where there's like, you know, Jaeger training incident, reportedly a case of infidelity was at the heart of the tragedy. And then they like sort of show my face on the TV screen, and sort of like the server like looks up at me, and then I just sort of like bolt out of the restaurant, and again I'm running by people who all appear to be looking at me, and that's it sort of like loops from there.
All right. Yeah, Rachel, you watch this loop happening.
So I have been in Lee's head before.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, once we get to the part of the loop with the coffee shop, I'm actually gonna try and do a similar thing. And try and make it change the channel, so to speak.
Make a
And
willpower
put
check.
on the TV one of the, like, the cheesiest moments of the soap operas we've been watching and, like, the reality TV shows.
I love it.
Just
Yeah, make
like
me a
the
willpower
most-
check. I'm going to give you advantage because you have specifically helped Lee out of this before.
Okay, so that's leader and hearts.
Yes, and I'll give you a d6 advantage.
Okay, leader is 10, heart 12. I had the right dice, and then I accidentally grabbed the wrong one. 2 successes. Wait. 3 successes.
Yeah, Rachel, you
7,
just
a 10, and a 3.
you
so.
walk up kind of going through all the people in this coffee shop who are sort of incorporeal in Lee's vision, and just reach up and your hand solidifies for a second to change the channel, and you just see I'm picturing a total like telenovela scene, like
Yeah.
and
I am your evil twin brother,
yeah.
and you're having my baby,
Yes, exactly.
and
Exactly.
I'm dying.
Yes. All of the cheesy goodness. Pasión de las pasiones.
Yeah, so I guess Lee kind of turns and looks at you.
Ready to go?
He's
Ready
like,
to go on a rocket. It's not to space, but it's about as probably actually more dangerous than that, give or take.
he's like, "Sorry you had to come in here again."
Eh. I would say better you than me, but that's a bit mean.
It's like, "No, I'll take it." And he's like, how do you deal with it? All the people looking at you all the time, judging you.
Practice. It helps that they're usually judging me for being a celebrity.
That does seem preferable.
And
Rachel. Oh man, I'm almost like picturing this as like a Rachel commercial comes on and that's what Lee's talking to.
it switched to that. Yeah, now that he's thinking about it. We want you
Yes.
for our Jaeger program.
We need you back in the con pod because we're about to fight a kaiju.
Oh my God,
Literally.
Rachel, go ahead and make me a drift plus heart.
Okay, 2 12s.
Rachel, the only person.
3
who has heart.
successes.
All right.
A 5 and a 10.
So yeah, you go ahead.
It's a
Lee,
good thing too because I fail all the time.
take one stress. Rachel, clear one.
I failed
stress.
plenty. I cleared 2.
Just one.
1. I got
Got
two
it.
Oh no, I
extra
guess it would be
successes,
2
then.
because yeah, it's two extra hits. Yeah.
I'm at 0 again.
Well, that's what I was asking about earlier. If I had gotten the extra from the extra hits, but I it's because you're assisting. I see.
Yeah. It's the other when you're helping the other person, you can clear stress if you get extra hits.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, so help me, Ransom.
Don't worry, we'll have plenty of opportunities.
Help me,
for
ransom
that.
ransom one, McHulty. You are my only hope.
We see the two Jaegers just kind of like with the pilots on board here.
Neural handshake. Complete.
And the Jaegers sort of sit up. We see the chains that have been holding them down just effortlessly snap.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was
it doesn't-
Not worried about chains.
No, it doesn't do anything.
How do we set off a rocket? I think we forgot this part.
Hack it.
Details.
It's fine.
And yeah, you guys kind of the ship kind of lurches side to side as the two Jaegers sit up. Crew members kind of go flying, grabbing rails. Ransom, the guy that you shot in the knee, just goes tumbling off into the water,
Oh, poor guy.
unable to keep his balance with a bad leg. What are you guys doing?
How do we make the rockets go?
I'm assuming they have remote launches because no one's like
Are they
I'm
Wi-Fi
assuming-
enabled?
Lee's gonna hack them.
And at that point, you hear in Minerva, you hear,
I'm coming in from the bridge, Miss Thakkar. How can we be of assistance?
and you see,
It's a great sound effect.
thank
I
you.
know.
You see Maxime just getting like kicked down the stairs, and you see Adala like slamming the door to the bridge.
I love
I
her.
think you see Minerva like raise a fist of like solidarity.
Yeah.
It's like, can you get these girls in the water? Get these rockets going?
You want me to launch the rockets?
Yeah, that's the fastest way for us to get to Honolulu and
Did we
save
hear
some
this
lives.
from our side?
I think yeah. I mean, with Midnight's.
We have open comms too between us, right?
Can you ask her if she can actually aim the rockets directly at Honolulu? That would make it easier
yes.
for us.
If you could aim the rockets at Honolulu,
That
you know,
might be
and
a bit above my pay grade, but I can fire them on your command.
At least in the general correct compass direction.
well,
No.
hold on. Rachel, which direction should we face? And I think you see Minerva turns from side to side.
The boat swings wildly as the Jaeger just like turns.
And I think, I don't know, I mean, I'm just going with this, Hopper. I feel like Minerva's like, do we take diving positions? Like, what the fuck do we do?
I feel like well, we're trying not to completely destroy this boat. I feel that like the answer is literally
Jump.
to just walk off.
I mean, you guys can
if
also
we
just
jump,
sort of
we're gonna
slide
fucking
off.
destroy this thing.
Because you guys aren't standing up yet. You're just
Are
sort
we
of sitting
are we
up.
gonna
Yeah.
dip our feet in the water first?
Or just sort of like side bail.
Yeah.
But in terms of like getting the rockets pointed the right direction and orienting everything, actually the person who I think needs to make this check for me is Lee.
Yeah.
Lee, can you make me a science check? And I'm gonna
Totally.
give you advantage. If you have advantage already, it will be double. Simply
Can I help?
because
Okay.
not necessarily you don't.
Yeah.
You're not an you're not an astronaut.
Oh yeah,
so-
Lee's used to
Yeah.
calculating weird shit like this.
Lee's had some literally, rocket science in his background that he hasn't touched in a while, but this is pretty rudimentary, you know, in terms of that sort of stuff. So, okay. I got one success. I'm gonna push it.
Because you
Which
only
is
take 2 stress
probably
when
a
you push,
terrible
right? Lee?
idea. I take 2 stress when I avoid being rattled. These
Oh.
are full. Yeah. Much better. 3 successes.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, Lee, you kind of pull up, and Rachel, you are assisting basically by like pulling up maps and the navigation system and stuff, but that's just sort of necessary to this rather than a material assistance.
You good there, Lee?
But yeah, and we kind of see Midnight.
Yeah.
Locking in coordinates.
And yeah, Lee, you're kind of giving instructions of like kind of like slide into the water and grab the rocket at the same time. And,
Yeah.
like, you know, you guys are kind of like holding it under one arm, and like Leah's kind of like giving you instructions for like how to hold it so you're not like pulling it off course.
Yeah, he gives you guys all that, and then he also says, "And Ransom, if you really want to fly the thing, all you got to do is lean back."
It's true. That would probably basically work. I'm not a rocket scientist.
And Shailee will tell Adala over the comms, stand by for go. And once we're all leaned up, she'd be like, "Okay, count us down."
Actually, before you guys do that, I need each mech team to make me, I think, let's see, which attribute is this gonna be? I think this is gonna be a drive roll.
Yeah,
So
that
drive
makes
plus
sense.
drift, just in terms of like getting into the right position.
Which do you want to take? Or do you want to do
I'm
both?
gonna roll the 12.
I would
will
say,
roll the D8.
I would say
Alright.
Lee, you get an advantage from being an ace, and Ransom, you get one from being an adrenaline junkie. I think this pretty much qualifies for
Sweet.
both of those things.
It's drift plus what again?
Just drive.
So why don't you do the drive in your advantage, and then I'll do the drift die.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. I'm an idiot. That's why.
Both of you guys have a D8 drive.
Okay, excellent. And I have advantage on that, so I add a D6.
Correct.
I didn't get anything. Do you want me to push?
Ha.
We got one success.
I'll push. I don't have anything right now, so I can push.
I rolled a 6.
That's
That's
a
up to you.
success.
Oh, and you got 2.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I push, do we all both re-roll or just me?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
I
think
push
it
on
would be
this.
both of you.
Okay, and then we take the better, right?
I think it's you just take the second one.
Gotta take what you get.
I don't remember what I said.
I believe
do
it's
you
you
want to
take
do
the
it?
second one.
Do you want to do it again or
I
not?
had the rule for pushing up. You re-roll all the dice. The final consequences of a roll. Oh, it doesn't say that you get to take the lower one, but it doesn't say you have to take what you roll.
I mean, we
What do you
did.
think?
One success might be okay.
It's up to you guys.
You're the pilot. I don't know.
Also, you have all the stress to spend. I'm stressed out, so I'm not gonna push. If
No,
you
I
want
mean,
to
I can
push,
push.
if
Do
you want
think
to
we should
push, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Push. It's the finale.
Yeah,
What's
Fair.
the worst that could happen? We could all die
Nope.
from.
we're not gonna need stress for a kaiju fight. I got one success again.
All right.
Okay.
So
Same.
you hear
3, 2, 1, lift off.
and beneath both of your Jaeger frames, these rockets roar to life, just like pushing outward. Yeah, you begin literally rocketing through the waves. You can't even really actually see out the con pod just at this. You're relying on sensors. The G's are pretty intense, and I think you both pretty quickly realize that it's probably is like you're like looking at the readouts, Lee, and you're like, we have to pull up. The going through the water and the resistance of the water is using up the fuel way too quickly.
Oh, okay.
So you both kind of lean back, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's the reverse Doctor Strangelove.
Like
Two
a
Jaegers,
whale out of the water.
riding rockets just emerge from the ocean, shooting up. And actually, Minerva is staying on pretty good course, but inside of midnight, we hear.
Recalculating.
Uh-oh.
As your grip was not super good, so you are starting to drift a little bit off course.
Drift.
Yeah.
However, with your aerofoils, you should be able to correct. I would just like you guys to give me a maneuvering roll. So that's going to be another drive plus drift.
Cool. Do you want us
the drift
to
again?
expend some energy for the
Yeah,
aerofoils?
For sure. I mean, you don't even need to calculate it because, like, you'll regain it by the time you're going to spend it again.
Oh, okay.
I'll do the drift die again.
Sure.
And
we
Lee,
still
you
have
would still
advantage?
have the advantage, yeah, because this is a piloting thing.
Sounds good. Ooh,
Just barely missed.
I got 0 successes.
Push. I'll push again.
8th. Yeah, I guess so.
You gotta. Well, what's the option? Not getting to the kaiju?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to find out. Is really the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. Don't worry.
Oh no.
I got exactly the same.
Same.
Oh no.
Okay, a question. Can I use? Okay, obviously, understanding that there
Actually,
would be
hang
some...
on. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I rolled a 4. We can
So
use
did I.
boost to move that up 1,
Yeah.
right?
That was what I wanted to ask. yeah.
Absolutely. I don't see why not.
Okay, so and we have enough energy for that?
So that's 2 successes. So yeah, I think we see basically like Midnight latches on and then the wings extend outward and you guys are actually like flying pretty well. Like your mech is designed to fly. So it takes you a couple of tries. Right, Minerva's basically just holding on for dear life. But Midnight's actually sort of starting to like, you kind of see Midnight kind of swoop back in, maybe do a little barrel roll. And as you guys are like jetting over, like the ocean's beginning to grow distant, and then we see both of you kind of crest, and the rockets begin to plunge downward. You've gotten up like, several, probably, I don't know, maybe like 20,000 feet, coasted a little bit, and are then coming down. Like, Jaegers can totally handle this. They're fucking tough as shit. Like,
yeah.
And it's not like re-entry hot or anything.
Yeah.
You have air systems. It's all good.
Yeah, and so as we're at the peak of the rocket, Lee's like, I gotta say, I never thought I'd fly a rocket or pilot a Jaeger into a kaiju fight. Just really crossing them off the list today,
As we're going down, I don't know, can we see out of the con pod yet?
Yes, you can. You begin to
How's our
see.
view?
It's amazing.
Also, are there kaiju?
So the sunset is beginning to stain the waters around Hawaii a deep and bloody red. And as you guys are beginning to land, you see just a slight ripple in the water coming towards the shore. And then you see something breach up, kind of jumping out of the water briefly like a whale. You see this big branched head, like with these big, long, curving horns. This big, like, glowing central, like, domed top. It almost looks like just a giant exposed brain, although you're pretty sure it's armored. And then 6 legs. It almost looks a little bit like an axolotl, but instead of like cute gills, they're like these big fuck off sharp horns. And
Exopickle.
It's a murderlotl.
and you hear from Midnight kind of patched through on both of them.
Kaiju detected. Designation: Salamander.
And I think that is where we're going to take a quick break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the climactic finale of Delta Protocol, our Pacific Rim flight. Our 4 Jaeger pilots have just entered the drift, grabbed a hold of some rockets, and have ridden them approximately 1,000 miles to touch down. They are just re-entering and are about to touch down just offshore of the big island of Hawaii, which is currently under threat by a Category 3 kaiju, designation Salamander, which you have just seen leaping majestically from the ocean spray in a cinematic moment. You guys have just a minute before these rockets are kind of like burning out, touching down. And you are still headed very much towards the island. So what are you doing? Also, for your super epic cinematic escape, I'm going to let each of you clear 1 stress as a treat.
Hey!
Because I was hoping that you guys would go for that option. And I'm really glad that you did because it was dope.
All right. Well, we gotta jettison this
let's try
thing
not
before it
to-
gets to the population, right?
Let's also try not to blow up the island with these rockets that we stole.
Yeah.
Accidentally bombs Honolulu.
Oh, you know
So-
what we gotta do?
We're dropping and football throwing it.
Well, now what we gotta do is we gotta pop out our wings, throw the booster rocket away, and then just scoot on over to Minerva and grab hold of them, right?
Airdrop, airdrop, airdrop.
You guys down.
All right.
Following the 2 rockets.
All right, so you guys are just sort of like dropping the rockets into the ocean.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
figuring we were gonna aim the rockets at the kaiju.
So you can either throw the rocket at the kaiju or pick up Minerva. You don't have time to do both. Minerva could potentially throw one of the rockets, though.
Let's throw a rocket.
Minerva is a rocket. Let's be
That's
real.
also true.
Yeah. But Minerva
say the
wants to
sweetest
announce
things.
her arrival.
Would you two rather we throw the rockets at them or throw you? It's you the ones being thrown, so I'll give
How
you the
about
choice.
we throw a rocket, then you can throw us.
Okay.
So let your rocket go.
Works for me.
All right.
I'm trying. My brain is just struggling with the physics of this so badly.
It's
about it.
don't
gonna
worry
accept
about
it.
it.
We rode rockets like they were horses. It's fine.
It's fine. I need you to not think about it super hard.
They use magical kaiju blood for the rockets too, obviously.
Clearly. I
Alright.
think that well, it's gonna be a da-da-da-da-da. All right, this is just gonna be a throw check from midnight. So that's gonna be a drift plus drive.
I can do the drift again.
All right, I'll do the drive.
2 successes.
Oh, great. We got 3 total then.
Yeah, you just kind of punt up off of the rocket, deploy the wings, and then just kick the rocket down. It just goes straight down into the water, and you see a kind of sort of a depth charge effect
Nice.
Cool.
as it burns out. But you sweep over and grab Minerva. You guys have done this before, and you're both currently airborne, so I'm not going to make you roll for this. However, Minerva, as you feel Midnight's arms kind of wrap around, like kind of behind you and tilting
In
you
a
down.
gentle embrace.
Yeah, you guys have the rocket, and I imagine kind of like instead pick it up and kind of like lift it overhand, and
Yep.
are just getting ready to yeet it.
Yeah. Let's roll for yeet.
Roll for yeet.
I think before you do that, you are gonna need to find this thing because it did go back underwater.
Oh.
So that would be an analyze mech action. I know
Okay.
Lee can do this as a pilot action, but I don't think anybody else can.
Well, we haven't done a pilot action yet, technically, because I think
I
the
was
throwers-
letting
That's
it. Yeah, you did 2 things.
What
Okay.
what do we roll for analyze?
It
Yeah.
is
It's a mech action, right?
yeah drift plus
Which is fine.
systems.
Yeah.
We're not really doing anything, so.
Drift in systems. All right, I'll roll that sweet D6 if you want to take the D12.
Got it.
It's a 5 on the D6.
That's a hit.
5 on the D12.
2 hits. Yeah.
All right.
You kind of see. Oh man, I only really made up the one voice. I should have made a Minerva voice too. Might be.
They
you-
share an AI. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you see.
Target locked.
I'm just amazed that we're just hand waving the fact that it's not a Russian AI.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about that this whole time.
I feel like the Minerva voice is just like, that way.
Actually, no, you know what? It's because we're in the drift, so we can just understand what it's saying, obviously.
That's a good point, too.
I
I
like
got
the
you.
way you think.
Could we yeetus the rockets?
Yeah, I mean that'll be the next turn. We're not super duper in initiative right now because this thing doesn't necessarily know you're there. It's pretty
Fair.
focused on getting to the.
Fair.
We might say it's caught unawares by the hundreds of thousands of tons of metal and high-powered fuel hurtling at it from above.
All right,
You
this is gonna
know,
be,
that would catch me unaware.
I would
just saying,
certainly be
we are-
surprised.
We
It's
are
a
once
new
again in our
tactic.
Titanic position.
Yeah. All right, so
I'm
I
king
need
of the
a
world, Jack.
But with a rocket overhead, like you were
just getting ready to
breathing.
fucking slam dunk it.
It's the Titanic, but sexy. That's what you're saying.
But sex.
All right, I need a drift plus drive roll.
I will take that sweet drive roll because I get double Z's on it. Wait, do I get double Z's on it or no?
It's not a driving check. It is a drive roll with your mech's drive rating. I know that's a little confusing.
That is confusing. Who wrote this game?
Yeah, who wrote this friggin' game?
Yeah, God.
I
nerd who
feel,
didn't know
like
the
that could
source.
be pretty easily fixed by changing the attribute to pilot. Oh wait, no, because you have pilot.
Other way around.
Yeah,
Steer?
The other way around.
it's
No,
it's
'cause
all
drive-
good.
Because you drive cars.
You
all
know
good.
what? The books, they've been printed, man.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
fine.
done now.
It's done. It's fine.
Well, it's a 6 on a D8 for the
Okay,
drive check.
that's one hit, and then
That's a 10 on the D12.
that is 3
Yeah.
hits.
Nice.
Fire.
Good job.
For the throw action.
I'm gonna marry this dice.
For the throw action,
Don't
the
tell Laura.
thrown target hit by your throw. The target hit by your throw must defend against the damage rating equal to a roll of your drive die, and a D6. So go ahead and roll a D8 and a D6.
Alright,
Which one
what
are
do
you
you roll?
rolling? I'll do
Oh.
the D8 again.
Okay.
And I will defend for Salamander.
It's a
Big ol'
4.
one. And a 1.
All right, so it has to defend against a 5.
I mean,
Which it
argument,
does.
isn't it still? Oh dear God! I tried to close a pop-up and then it hit the leave meeting button. Right? Argument, it is still a rocket full of explodey bits. It's not just throwing something. We're throwing a booster rocket.
You know, I agree with that. I would say roll an additional D6. I will keep my original defend rating.
I'll let you do it.
That's a 6.
Yes!
Okay, so that's 11. I got a 13.
Aw.
What I'll say is basically it hits this thing, but it manages to dive down
Fair.
under the water just because it's quite quick.
No.
So
Yeah.
it definitely now sees you, and you guys see it kind of breach up a little bit and kind of.
All right, are you gonna yeet us now?
And I think I need hops for you to draw some cards.
Drawn some cards. How many cards
Drop
am I
some
drawing?
cards. So
Believe in the
cards.
heart of the cards.
draw one for Minerva.
Minerva has a Queen of Clubs.
Okay.
Which next one is a 7 of Clubs.
One second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, the next one would be for Midnight.
Midnight, you got a 7 of Clubs.
All right.
Right.
And then I need you to draw one for Salamander.
Ha! 2 of Clubs. Get fucked, Salamander.
All right. I need you to
Nice.
draw another one for Salamander.
Oh.
Oh.
Right.
Justin, you wrote these rules. You should not be surprised.
Dude.
But also, get fucked, Salamander. 3 of Spades.
All right. And I
What?
need you to draw one more for Salamander.
Ooh. Salamander. 6 of Spades.
All right.
Get fucked.
Wow. Got very lucky.
All right. Yes. According to the rules of Beamswords and Bazookas, giant monsters get 3 initiative cards.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Are we gonna use cards again?
No. Probably.
Okay,
not.
cool. I just want to see what. Damn, the next bunch were progressively worse.
Wow.
It was
All
like
right.
4, 6, 7, 7 Jack.
All right. So, Minerva, you have just dropped this rocket. I will also say you can just kind of like Midnight. You can just let go of Minerva for freebies. That's fine.
Sure.
So, Minerva, you are up first. Each of you has a pilot action, and you have a mech action.
I don't know what action it is to roll up and to like try to hit it with our body?
I would say that's probably
Be an unarmed mech attack.
Yeah,
Is it
I
an
think it
unarmed
would
mech
be.
attack and I get +6 damage to it?
yeah. I
think
don't
that
see why
sounds right
not.
to me.
Yeah, I'll go with Justin on this.
Well, and I want to check something. This feels super fucking extra.
Although what I would say is I would maybe suggest that rather than being made with Arsenal, that it be made with Drive, because you are specifically trying to maneuver to hit it. I will let you get the extra damage on it though,
Okay.
because it is.
So would
an
also
attack.
argue possibly for Holt because of just heaviness.
Yeah, but this is much more about you're just aiming to
accuracy?
hit the,
Yeah.
You're trying to fall on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
specifically.
do I
So it would be Drift plus Drive.
drift plus drive?
I know I've
Are
been
we
having
helping
you
at
roll
all
that.
with this?
And is this
Oh.
yeah, is this a mech action or a pilot action?
That would be a mech action to make your unarmed mech attack. Although I think that you guys have a thing where you can do that.
yes,
I
we
can
have
attack
dual
with
controls.
we can attack with a mech weapon equipped as
Yes.
a pilot action. Oh,
It
I
also
can
says-
make an unarmed
yeah.
mech attack as a pilot action. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be mine.
So one of you guys can also focus to give yourself advantage on
That
this.
is 100% what I will do.
all right. So these are our 2 pilot actions then.
If that's what you want, you can also,
Yeah.
Shailee, take a different pilot action and do the unarmed strike as your mech action.
Let's see if there's anything else that's worth doing pilot action wise.
This is the most surreal image in the entire world.
I mean, effectively, you can fall on it and then hit it again with whatever you want.
But like,
Yeah,
just
you
think
can
about
you
this-
can do that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for where the pilot actions are.
Oh, it's at the
he
very
found it,
bottom
found
of the yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna. How about we brace?
All right, cool. So
Because
Ransom,
we're gonna get punched in the face.
Ransom, you're going to focus. Shailee, you're kind of bracing for impact as the two of you plummet. So that is going to be a D8, a D6, and a D12.
You want to
guys.
roll that advantage you gave me, Ransom?
Oh wait, actually, what's your toughness roll?
My toughness. I'm not
What's your
rolling
toughness
tough.
die?
Let's not
I know,
power
but
game
you-
this, Hops. You can
My
do it.
tough-
toughness
okay, fair enough.
is 8.
Okay, I'll remember to do that in the future. Yeah, I'll roll that advantage roll. That's a D6. That's only a 2 on the dice.
Oh, that's a 5 and a 12 on the 8 and the D12.
Ooh, so that is 3 successes.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
So you're gonna
A 2.
add. You're gonna add plus 10 total to your damage roll.
That's correct. Is that including the 6 that Shailee gets to add?
Shailee gets
That
to add
includes the 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So your guys' unarmed mech attack damage is normally.
It'd be a roll of your arsenal.
All right.
So we're
dice
dropping
normally.
and rocket fisting, right?
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
happening here.
So
So-
D12 plus 10, right?
Yep. Yep.
My God.
Roll
You get
it
to roll
for
that
us,
one.
Puja.
Roll it.
Oh, well, that's really, really sad. It was a 1.
Oh no.
Well, you know, of all of the times for that D12 to give me a low roll, I'm okay with it being this and not
All right.
like an action.
Okay, so I rolled a
Right.
10 on my defense roll. So
That means-
that's a hit.
Yeah.
So it is rattled. I'm gonna say you probably land on its head.
Oh, can you imagine how insane that impact has got to be?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's gotta be like spine splinter. Did this just turn into a kaiju rodeo?
You
It
guys,
has now.
I mean, you're not like grabbing it because that's a separate action.
But we just
not grabbing
legit
it.
Wait,
fell
yet.
from rolling
Like-
freaking high with the size of us onto a fucking kaiju.
Fortunately for it and you, it's in the water. So a little bit of dispersal of impact.
I really hope we haven't accidentally just caused a tsunami in Hawaii.
They're already evacuating its thing.
There's no precious coral reefs being destroyed. We don't have to worry
That's
about
fine.
any of that.
You know what? They should have
Secret.
thought more before they left that island unprotected.
This
So,
is
yeah.
all the kaiju fault.
It's
Anything
absolutely
that
true.
happens is the kaiju.
Exactly. So yeah, Midnight, you let go, and Minerva curls into a tight ball. Ransom, you're kind of like focusing, kind of like micro movements, pulling it
Yeah,
in tighter. Shailee, you brace for the impact, and wham! You guys slam down, and you kind of see the kaiju pop out the other side, just kind of roaring. If it could be putting its little hands on top of its head, it probably would, and there'd be a big cartoon lump there. But next up we have Midnight Sinister.
Okay. So you said that we don't have to worry about recharging at this point, like
No, you're fully
regained the energy?
charged, yeah.
Okay. That makes things easier for us.
Yeah, what you want to do?
I feel like we should take advantage of our position and just shoot from afar. What do you think?
I mean, it seems like they're good at punching. We're good at shooting from afar, so that makes sense
Yeah,
to
we
me.
could use the overclocked conductor to add to our damage rating.
If we're gonna do that, then I am gonna try to analyze this bad boy and see if I can penetrate.
Do we want to
his
use the
defenses.
beam cannon or the particle blaster? I don't know what range we're at this point. Long?
Yeah, you'd be at long range up here.
So that's the particle blaster, which is technically not a beam weapon. So we can't use the overclock.
No, it is.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna analyze real quick. Do you want to roll the D12 for drift though?
For the analyze?
Sure.
Can do.
We got D12 systems, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got one success.
Got a 12.
Oh, we got a lot of successes.
Nice.
It's already rattled though, right?
It is. Well,
Yeah.
one of its body parts is rattled.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works, right, Justin? That's what the rules say.
We'll see. I think rattled applies to everything.
It specifically says, giant monsters have body parts which must be attacked separately. Each body part can be individually rattled and injured.
Wow. Okay. See, here's the thing. I haven't played this game since PAX Unplugged in like 2019, so I'm a little rusty.
Well, I'm gonna go by the book, Justin. I hope that doesn't offend
fine.
you.
The rules is written. That's fine. But it will have disadvantage on its next defense.
Well, here's what I would say is I will rattle a different part of its body for you.
Ooh. Okay. Is the brain rattled?
It is. Yeah, that was the first thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say maybe you notice like an obstruction. Like it's getting closer to shore now. I'm gonna say there's like a net that's like caught around one of its 6 arms that you clock. And could be used to either of your advantage. So I'm gonna give it rattled on its arm as well.
It's like if we fly in a particular pattern, it'll cause it to be more entangled in this in said net.
So you got
good to me.
3 hits on your analyze action.
So then for my pilot action, I will focus, I think. That way we get advantage and they get disadvantage. And we don't need to recharge yet, so.
Cool. And then we blast this thing?
That? No. Oh, no roll needed. Okay. And then pew pew.
Pew
Do you want to roll the attack and I'll roll the drift?
Sure. Which one is the attack? Arsenal?
Yes.
Yeah. Arsenal.
Yeah, that and your advantage from focusing.
Yeah.
I can roll those 2. And right, that's. It's just. Rachel is just muttering Shakespeare under her breath again, by the way. Ooh, that's 10.
Great, I got a 9, so 3 successes.
Nice.
If we want to boost, we could add another success because I have a 4. Do we want to boost and get?
Well.
Or no, that did right. I forgot how this works.
We might want to boost up the damage because we can do that with our superconductor, right? Our overclocked conductor. So how much do you want to pump into this thing?
I mean, I can recharge next turn.
So all of it?
I don't know. Oh, that is, you do need to boost to do that.
You guys are flying, right?
Correct.
We are flying, so that's true. We should keep some energy for that.
Yeah, because if you run out of energy, you will fall out.
Let's leave it then, I guess.
So, in theory, we spend 3 energy to stay flying, we spend 4 energy to shoot the weapon, and then we're going to spend the last 4 energy to add 4 to our attack? And be
Or
at
we
0?
could. Or we could. Wait, why would we be adding 4?
We can spend
I
2
can't-
energy to add. Hold on, let me double check this. I apologize.
I think I got this wrong. Attacks are by number
I
and
apologize.
damage are by hits.
We would spend 3 energy to add 2 damage to the roll, so we should probably only do that once. So the
Not
damage
bothering
is
then. It's
the damage is flat, so we do 13 damage flat, and we got 2 extra hits, which will add +4 to that. So we're already
Okay.
doing 17 damage.
Okay.
All right, let me roll my defense.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Ooh, yeah, I know. That was terrible. No, absolutely not.
Woo.
Rolled real bad. Yeah, so you deal that damage. Which part of its body do you want to target?
I feel like we should maybe slow it down so it doesn't get to land. So maybe one of the legs.
Okay,
Makes sense.
that
Let's
makes
keep
sense.
it offshore if we can.
All right, so that is injured because you just rattled it.
Right from the analyze action. Awesome.
So what I'm gonna say,
So we fire this huge like laser cannon and just like blast through some of its legs.
well, I'm gonna say even maybe you notice that like the material that this is made of, it like melts together under the beam weapon. So like 2 of its
Oh.
legs are like kind of fused together.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so you exploit that weakness. However, now it's Saramander's turn, and it gets 3 turns back to back.
Yikes.
Good luck, guys.
So,
He'll be fine.
They said invisible and flying in the sky.
We're not invisible.
not invisible, not yet. The first thing it is gonna do is it is going to recover because you hit it on the head and that hurt, and it didn't like that. All right, yeah, that's 3 successes. That's great. You see it kind of like shake its head a little bit and yeah, it's gonna look up, actually not even at you, Minerva, because the thing that Midnight just did to it really hurt. And you see it kind of like, I think this is pretty much gonna happen simultaneously, as its long sort of like tail and its arms, which are a bit hindered, kind of grab onto Midnight, but mostly as a way to like climb, and just look up at
Midnight or Minerva?
sorry,
Minerva.
Minerva. You're both M's, and look up
sinister.
at Midnight, and just spit in your direction.
Of course, it has projectile vomit.
Oh man.
I spit in your general direction.
So I'm gonna
I
roll.
bite my thumb at you.
It does.
That is 2 hits. So you need to defend.
Yeah, we do.
And that is
No,
gonna
we're
be
so good
a
at this.
16.
All
damage.
right.
You want to roll?
We're not great at this. Yeah, if you want me to, I can. So it'll just be a D6. We do add our drift rating to this too, though.
Let me double check
It
what I
says
wrote
drift
down.
and hull.
Yeah, drift plus hull, and then if
Okay.
either of you bolstered, you would add whoever's toughness.
We did not,
Yeah.
of course, because we were 4.
Not
Grace,
that either of
rather.
us are particularly
Do you wanna
tough.
roll the D12 drift die and I'll roll the hull? All right, I got a 4.
I got a 6.
All right,
A
so
6?
you got
Okay,
a total
so
of
10?
10, which is not enough. You guys are damaged, and I believe you failed by more than 5, which means
They do have 1 armor.
you do. That's true. Do you want
Right.
to use that now?
I think yes. Probably so.
All right. So you're gonna avoid taking damage to your mech. However, each of you receives 1 stress.
Yeah. And we're rattled, I assume, right?
Yes, I need the
Okay.
2 of you to roll toughness, and whoever rolls lower will be rattled. Because if it was
okay,
both
cool.
of you, it would be overly punitive. So this is what I decided on.
Well, I got 2.
I got a 3.
All right, so Lee, you are rattled.
All right, Lee's rattled.
Okay. And then with with his final action, it is gonna go ahead and use its special to actually grab you. I know I said that in the opposite order, but it was more like, so it's gonna basically just try and wrap around you and like constrict you, Minerva.
Hate that.
Don't like it.
Which
I
it
need
has
freedom.
advantage on. But it has disadvantage because your arm thingy that you did to it. So yeah, sorry, I just had to redo my calculations there. That
You're calculating.
is cocked. That's 2 successes. So that is a hit against you guys. I do need you.
Oh, we bolstered. Do we need to?
Yes. So you.
That's on the defend.
Yes. So go ahead and roll your drift plus hull, and then Ransom. You would add, or sorry, Shailee, you would add your toughness to the roll.
All right, and I think my toughness is a.
I'll do the drift if you want to do the hull and the toughness.
No, we like my D12. We're sticking with.
Oh, we like your D12. All right, hull it is. D10.
Riding that line.
And then I get toughness is a D8 for me. Alrighty.
That'll do. That's a 9 on the D10.
Okay, that's a 6 and a 1.
Nice. So yeah, you guys you kind of defend against it. Its claws are like trying to get under the hull plating and like pull them off. But it did successfully grab you. It has a special thing where it can grab and attack because it has a lot of arms.
Fair.
So yeah,
Handsy.
it doesn't manage to like rip open any parts of your plating, but it has successfully grabbed you. So you are not going to be able to change weapons while it has you grabbed because you don't have enough range of motion. So like you couldn't like deploy your shield, for example. Or pull out your big chain gun.
Fair.
Wait.
Rocket fists.
I was about to say, this is the Rock'em Sock'em robot.
Yeah, no, you can use whatever
Jaeger.
weapons you already had equipped. You just can't shift.
Oh, I don't think we had anything
fell out of the
equipped.
sky with their body.
We dropped out of the sky.
All right, well then.
I assume we
that.
can't use the rocket booster, the booster rocket again.
No,
So-
it's gone.
Well, the good thing, Hopper, is that Minerva was designed for this.
It's true.
We do one thing when we do it very. Oh, whoops, that's a cheeker voice.
All right. Minerva, it's you.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna bolster as my pilot action. If you wanna
Brace? Okay,
punch.
Yeah, if you're
Or,
gonna
yeah, brace.
brace, do we
'Cause you
want to
can
try
do-
to break away from it?
Yeah, I don't know what role that exactly would be.
Well, because
Good
I
question.
can attack it unarmed as a pilot action. So as a mech action, can we get the Ferg out?
Yeah, I would say that would
you can-
probably be a rush. Or there's a different one too, huh?
Could it be a boost action?
So you could do a maneuver or a counter grab or a rush also
Yeah.
would be, sounds like that would also work.
All right.
Yeah, the maneuver pilot action.
I feel. What was the counter grab thing? Let me.
Yeah, that would just be like I'm not. You still would have the condition. So if you want to try
Okay.
to get out of it, you would use the maneuver pilot action.
The maneuver
Okay.
pilot action?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's do that and then just do a melee attack as a mech action.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
An
so-
unarmed strike in this case.
I'm definitely picturing with the bracing. Ransom's like, I'll hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the way, yeah. So like we've got this thing coiled around us. It's partially injured, and I think kind of the way, yeah, like it's literally just Ransom face palms this thing.
Oh,
it's just,
and
like,
then
pushing
Shailee
it.
takes both legs and wants to kind of kick into it and use that maneuver to flip away from it. But the kick can also be the unarmed mech attack.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, nice.
So,
So-
am I right hand or left hand? I'm left hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is one arm bracing, and then we're using the pressure we're applying to its face to brace and do all the rest of this.
Well, and
That's
the
where
other thing
leverage
is, you
coming
guys have
from.
rocket fists, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
Okay.
sick.
All right. So first, should I roll maneuver first or
Yes.
the mecha? Okay, maneuver
So that'll be
is
precision and drive. This is one of the rare roles that still uses your character attribute in addition to.
Well, it works because I
Yeah.
got a D12 on a precision,
There you go.
and we got a D12 for. Oh shit! I need another D12.
Not drift, drive.
Oh yeah, drive right. Or
Which is
precision
a
and drive.
D8 for you guys.
D8. Okay, so I'll roll those two. All right, that's a 6 and 2.
All right, so one success. That's going to do it. I think you don't necessarily get into super good position, but you kind of take a couple of steps back as you kind of kick it. So go ahead and roll that unarmed mech attack. So that's going to be combined. So one of you would roll arsenal, and the other one would roll drift.
That's
Which
a
I believe is
D12.
2d12.
Yeah,
they're both
two
D12s.
Yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
I get to roll a D12.
Wait, and I get
You get
no.
plus damage rating.
plus damage rating, and then we also have extra reach for hand to hand with Rocket Fist, right? Which is cool.
Yes.
We don't need it right now.
Not right now.
All right, that's a 10.
That's a fucking 12.
Nice. That is
I
4
was about to make a
hits.
joke. That's
Wow.
it's the Pride dice, and it's not Gay Pride Month anymore, but it is Gay Wrath.
It is always Gay Pride.
Ransom, would you go ahead and roll me that d12 again for the base damage? Because that's going to be plus 12 damage.
Yeah.
Odd. All right. So wait, what am I rolling?
You're rolling a d12.
D12.
Just
Another.
straight up. Yeah.
Okay. Apparently we can't hit very. We're really good at hitting, but then we're like we pull our punches a little bit because that's another one.
All right.
Oh no!
Aw.
So I'm going to roll the defend.
13.
I defended.
Rude.
I rolled a 23 on my defense roll. However, you did punch it, so it is rattled. Do you want to punch it in the head or in the body?
It's rattled in the head. Does that
No,
does it matter if
it cleared it on its
okay.
turn.
Punch it in the head again.
Yeah. Because we were holding the head, so.
Yeah.
Makes
yeah.
sense?
Like.
Well, no, we were kicking it. We're gonna kick it in the head.
You
Hike!
landed on its head, so then you kicked off of the head.
Yeah.
All right, that's a very acrobatic Jaeger if it can get its leg up.
Well, you know, what's the point of having Shailee in the Jaeger if
True.
you're not gonna do flips?
Fair enough. Oh man, a Jaeger doing a flip. Yikes.
Sick kick flip, bruh.
Bruh. All right, yeah, so you push off of it, do a cool like backflip kick. It snaps its head back. A couple of the horns kind of like and flops back a little bit and serpentines through the water. The water is shallow enough at this point. You guys have also been kind of like moving backward. You're like
so
near
we
a
land
barrier
with a
island.
sick
Yeah.
explosion of water,
Yeah.
superhero landing after the fucking kick flip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And you, at this point, I think midnight, as your turn comes up, you see
Incoming. Incoming. Detected.
and as you look up, you can see one lone, extremely foolhardy news chopper just beginning to circle around in the sky.
Yeah, so then Lee's like, well, you got the spotlight.
Yay. Maybe is he okay? Is the news chopper like right near us, or is it at
Not
least
particularly. It's like inbound. Your signals, your systems just picked it up.
Okay. All right. I don't know if we want to do something about that incoming chopper. I feel like we got at least a few seconds before it comes in. We could try talking to it, or we could just focus on what we're doing. I have thoughts of what we could do if we're going to do something.
Sure. What would you like to do?
My thought was I can unrattle you, and you can make us go invisible so we can't get hit again immediately. And then we can
Sure.
recharge.
Well, we can do all of those things. We're running mighty low on energy.
That's why I was saying recharge.
You can do that first.
Yeah. I would say I would do the recharge as my pilot action, except that then I can't unrattle you.
Yeah.
And I
that
feel like
does.
unrattling you would be a good idea before you get a condition. Thoughts?
Well, perhaps. You know what? Just let me be rattled. I'm gonna be fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna be fine.
Come on,
All
it'll be fine.
Do you know what I
so.
could do? Is there anything to land on? Like, I know we're in a very water area, but like, is there
Yeah,
anything
I'm
where
gonna
we
say
could
that
land
there's,
like
like-
waist deep or like?
Oh yeah. Midnight.
Okay.
Minerva is standing up. And there's like a
Okay.
couple like little tiny islands that have like nothing on them, like sandbars and stuff. You can just see the big island kind of at the edge of your vision, and as in the sunset, it's not that far off, maybe like a mile or so.
Right.
I have no idea if this is accurate to Hawaii. I apologize to Hawaii, but this is maybe the least liberty that I've taken with anything in this particular flight. So I hope that you will grant me my rule of cool.
Of course. So yeah, how do you feel about sort of like coming down to land so we don't have to like burn any energy on flying and then
You could do that. Maybe
recharge
wait until we're invisible, though.
Yeah, I mean, we could also go invisible and run around in the water.
You will not necessarily be hard to detect if you're invisible and in water.
That's why I was saying maybe invisible
You guys
and
are
then
finding
land on
like
an
the
island.
little bit itty bit of land to find, and
All
then
right.
you're just gonna be like a giant Jaeger invisible sniping.
Midnight, hit me up. What you doing?
Okay.
I'm gonna recharge first
Okay.
of all.
Rachel,
You
roll.
think that's
recharge.
reasonable.
I'll go invisible. I think we should still shoot, so I'll just stay rattled. Does that sound good?
Okay. We should
Okay.
shoot before we go invisible, though, because otherwise we lose the.
Yeah, I'll go invisible last. If you want
Wait.
to give us some recharging.
So,
What's that?
no roll is needed to. No, that's reload. Okay, there we go. Recharge. There we go. Drift and systems. I was like, that can't be right. All right. Drift and systems. Systems is 12. Drift is also 12. And we get a d6. That is one hit.
All right.
Okay, so we go up to 7 in our energy.
Yep. And just FYI, you guys can attack while invisible. Enemies, it's just easier
But
for
we
them to
then-
find you. if you
Exactly.
do that.
So, which is why I think we should shoot and then go invisible.
Sure. Sounds good.
Sure.
All right.
Let's
Roll
take
that
a shot.
attack.
Let's do it. Do you want to do the drift again?
It is
Sure.
good that you
Okay.
guys broke out of that grab, because otherwise they may well have hit you.
Right. I forgot they broke out of the grab.
Yeah, well,
He didn't say we were aiming at its head. We could have been aiming at its back feet.
I'm just saying.
All right,
One
I didn't
hit.
get a hit, unfortunately.
7.
Okay.
All right,
So
one
one hit.
hit.
So
Okay.
13 damage.
Okie dokie. Let me roll that defense. That's only 11.
So if we're shooting at the thing that's already rattled,
What were you shooting at? You
great
said
question.
you were
What were
sitting
we
at
shooting
its-
at, Rachel? The head?
We can shoot at its head. Why not? Head will
Alright.
kill it faster. Legs will slow it down.
I feel like this thing has a very prominent brain-shaped head
It
that
sure
I would be
does.
drawn to shoot at personally.
Okay. We can shoot the head.
God, this is giving me anxiety.
What, the really obvious head, or the fact that we're talking about this so much?
It's the really obvious head.
Yeah, I'm
Very
like, this has
big,
gotta
glowy
be a trap.
head.
This has
Right.
gotta be a trap.
Talking about.
Trap.
It's not a brain bomb, right? That
Well, but it
doesn't
might be
exist.
like a fake brain, is more my concern.
Well, it's so funny that you should say that, Justin.
Damn it.
I need Minerva to roll defense.
I did.
You did? It's true.
They did break out of their thing.
That's doesn't matter. They're in short range or close range rather.
Okay.
Puja, we can't hear you.
You're
Oh,
muted.
you made it.
Boop. Yeah, I'll roll drift. You want to roll brace and hull?
Yeah, and I get to haul. Yeah, and I get to add my toughness to this. So
All right, well, that one.
And this is total number, right?
Correct.
Oh, that's
I roll
fucking
a
dope.
7.
That's a 14 total. With a 7 and a 7.
Oh, and I rolled a
Nice.
7.
Nice.
Ah, 7!
Yeah.
We have 7s!
You guys managed
Slot
to
machine
cross
noises.
your arms in front of the head and the con pod as just firing down on this big glowy brain-looking target. It explodes like some sort of awful blister, spraying acid on everything close to it. However, it doesn't seem to do anything but superficial damage to your hull. And it doesn't count as an attack because it didn't actually attack to hit you guys. It's just more of an area of an effect. However,
Okay, so it still gets all 3 of its attacks coming up now.
oh yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh, don't trip. All right. And Midnight, you're now invisible.
Yeah, I spent the last bit of our energy to go invisible. We are tapped out for energy, but in theory, invisible.
And we're a fat stack of hull plus a whole lot of armor, so
All right.
That's your job.
It is gonna go ahead and kind of lunge forward and pounce on you guys with all of its arms, although it's a little ungainly with those two in there. It is gonna do its little grabby hands thingy. That is 2 hits.
okay.
So
Okay.
first things first, each of you take 1 stress from being successfully attacked.
Okay.
Und then, I need you to defend again.
Okay. Same thing as last time?
Same thing as last time.
5.
And I'm rolling d12, d10. That is an 8 and a 2.
All right. Yeah, you're just twisting and writhing enough so that it does not quite get the grip on you that it needs to rip off your plating. However, now that it's grabbed onto you and it has another action left, is going to open its mouth and just like the whole jaw just sort of distends, and it's just gonna try and like bite down on, like, I think maybe on like one of your shoulders to try and like rip your arm off.
Nice.
Now it has advantage on this because it has you grabbed. That is 2 hits again. So I need you guys to roll 1 more defend.
Ugh.
I'm so
Gosh.
glad I braced.
I know. 11!
8 and a 5.
Nice. Damn, you guys are so good at this. I can't hit you for shit.
I mean, I'm rolling a d10 and a d12. Like I've statistically basically rolled damage.
However,
Okay.
you do take
Jinxing yourself.
1 more stress from being successfully attacked.
It adds up.
That's gonna get us. The stress is
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, I'm at 8 now for the record.
Yeah, this thing just kind of pounces up, grabs onto you guys, rips your armor plating, not to really grab a hold, then tries to like chew onto you. And then the last thing that it is going to do. Oh wait, no, sorry, I used my first action already. I lied. Yeah, that brings us back to you, Minerva.
All right, we're grappled again. That's bad.
Yeah.
I think that we should get our shield out.
You can't because
Yeah.
you are
That
grabbed.
maneuvering away.
Well, can we I guess here's the question is we have the dual controls. You can attack with a mech weapon equipped to only 1 hard point as a pilot action. Can we use that to draw a weapon or not?
No, you cannot change your weapon loadout because this thing has you wrapped up too tightly for you to
Shit,
move
we should have
stuff
done that
around.
last time.
Yeah.
All right, my proposal is that we get out and then hit it.
Okay, so maybe we do redo what we did last time.
I guess we redo what we did last time.
All right.
I guess unless we want to try to boost to get a little bit of distance between us so we can get that weapon out.
How would we boost? I thought it's maneuver to get away.
Yeah, it's maneuver to get away, but I was saying.
So I'll maneuver, you brace because it's undoubtedly going to hit us again.
Yeah, I'll brace.
And then as a mech action, we can
swap.
If you get away, then you can swap your weapons out.
Okay. Yeah.
If we get away, if we get away, let's swap.
Okay.
weapons.
How about let's do our pilot actions first. I'll maneuver, you brace.
I don't need to roll. So
okay, precision and then drive. So that's a 12 and a 8. Here it is. All right. Ooh, that's a 10 and a 7.
All right, that is 3 successes. So yeah, you kind of push it away again. This time managed to just sort of roll it off. Are you? And then you just sort of like do a cool like back roll flip, bringing up your shield as you go.
Are we pulling out a shield? What are we doing?
I think we can pull a shield and a sword, right?
Yes.
Couldn't we? Can we do both?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we want to do shield, sword, and board this motherfucker?
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
So yeah,
Pull
you
out.
go from sort of the Greek wrestlers, kind of like on the beach. You push it backward, roll, and come up, shield out front, and then beam sword coming alive in the other hand.
Oh, that's
Love
so
it,
sick.
love it.
And then, but so it's just us, and then out of the nothingness that is the sunset, like with the sunlight hitting it, there's just bursts of fucking like particle beams ripping out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you see the news chopper bank around for the perfect angle on this.
Oh my god, these people are gonna die.
Is it still far enough away that it's not at risk?
It's getting a lot closer. It's pretty fast.
What color is our beam sword?
It's maintaining sort of a perimeter, but yes, this is a very important question. What color is your lightsaber?
Yeah, what color is
I
our
think
lightsaber?
it's gonna match. I believe it matches our Jaeger, which is red.
Yeah,
You're a
it's
Sith?
rad. Yeah, of course we're Sith.
Come on. Don't act surprised, Calais.
That's fair.
Look, the only balance in the force that matters here is combining a himbo and a shimbo to form a thembo.
All right. Okay, midnight.
I'll be honest, I feel
Alright.
like Ransom isn't nice enough to be a himbo, but okay.
He's got a gooey scent.
He's a himbo in hiding.
I should recharge again.
Secret himbo man.
Do you think we should take another shot at it or take a turn to sort of like prep up for next round? I think
We
either
could
one.
swap weapons out. What prep would we be doing?
Either changing
Particle blasters are
weapons or-
strongest weapon, so
Yeah. We could just take another shot if you want.
yeah. My question is, do we want to get the shield out in case it decides to throw up at us again?
You know what? Why don't you recharge and then we'll see how much energy we have to actually work with.
Good idea. Okay, recharge was systems and drift,
That's correct.
which are both 12s. Plus I get the thingamadoodle. 1 success. I could boost, but we're
Do you mean
kinda
push?
push. That's what I meant. I could push, but then I'd be pulling it close. What do you think?
I don't know. What are you at? You're
The
at 6?
energy. I'm at half. Like if I get another one, no, let's do it.
That's up to you.
the finale,
Yeah, go
let's
for
do
it.
it.
Go for it.
Watch as I get the same thing or worse.
Oh no.
Yep, I got worse, but still 1 success.
Okay. So we are pretty limited on energy then. We have 3 right now. I could also recharge if you want. And then we're just really like saving up for next round.
We could.
Can you
And
do
then-
that more than once per turn?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say, so I'm gonna say why not.
Write
does
your own
also-
game and then get us to run it, and then when there's discrepancies, you get it in your favor.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I was thinking
We could actually do recharge for both of our pilot actions and the mech action if we really wanna.
No, because only you can Oh.
I just get advantage.
All right, but you gotta.
No, actually, only one of you can do it as a pilot action.
Okay. Fair enough. That seems legit.
But if you do it as a mech action as well, you got to describe it as a super cool.
Yeah, you gotta go
cinematic
Super Saiyan
moment.
on it. Except they're invisible, so.
Except they're invisible.
All right, if you're all right with it, I'm gonna recharge as our.
Okay, and then what do you want to do?
action.
Then you can figure out your pilot action. I guess we could maneuver, I suppose. But
Yeah, maybe I'll maneuver that way. We'll get a little bit of extra defense next time.
actually, you can analyze, can't you?
Okay, so I got 2 successes, so we'll get 4 more energy back.
Okay.
So we can save up for a big old shot next time. So I think there's like that super dramatic scene where they're like the energy's been depleted, everything inside the mech is like bleeping red, you know what I mean? And like there's that moment where like something has come
Energy levels
unhinged because it's
critical.
like something has come unhinged because it's like been overloaded because of pushing the mech too far with this experimented technology, and like maybe there's a moment where like we have to like physically move around inside the mech to try to like reconnect the thing and like divert some power to like different systems, and inside the mech, like any sort of like interior like comfort stuff is just like completely gone. It's like super hot in there. We're like sweating profusely. So we're just like trying to like get every last ounce of energy out of this thing that we can, and then
You could analyze.
Because
that way, if you get any extra hits, you can rattle it.
That's a great point. So then, I will try to analyze this thing and see if I can't find another weak spot that we can exploit next turn.
Is talking a free action, by the way? As it were?
I mean, you guys are in each other's heads.
No, I meant like radioing the helicopter and saying, hey, they have a...
No, that's going to require your pilot action.
Okay. They have a ranged weapon, maybe move away a little bit further.
So 2 hits on the analyze.
Okay, so you can see, actually what you see is it's starting to rear up, and you can see there's this like pattern on its belly that's starting to glow, and then also kind of, you're like, oh, I kind of saw that pattern on its back. But you think that, but it was a lot harder to see on the back because there were like armor plates. You think that hitting it kind of in its belly would be more of a weak spot, so I will rattle its body.
Okay.
Tum-tums.
That sounds good. And now we have like, I guess we've come sort of like crashing down, and we're no longer invisible because we didn't spend the energy for any of that stuff. So we're kind of like just there in the water, waist high.
Yeah, I pictured you guys kind of like bending down, like as if, like, like so much energy had drained out that you were like crashing.
We're just a very large rock.
And then
what do you mean?
And then just we see it kind of like power back up,
as the seaweed and water.
But it would be funnier if we just lay flat and we're like, oh no, there's nothing here but water.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be badass, which is the watchword.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's us.
It's Sarabander's turn, and you have made it very mad. As you see these kind of things charging up, beep, 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 and you all just hear this howling screech. And I need all of you to make willpower checks. Which is, I believe, gonna be Heart and Leader? Yeah.
All right.
Heart and leader. Well, that one's cocked.
2 successes.
They got 0.
My internet connection is unstable, just so you guys.
I got a 2 and a 1.
Okay. Ransom, what'd you get?
I haven't rolled yet because my internet connection is unstable. That's heart and what?
Leader.
Ah, yes, my 2 straw dice. That's a 5 and a 3.
All right, so that's 1 success. Shailee and Lee, you are both rattled, and Lee, I believe you already were. Which means you need to pick a condition.
Okay.
You are welcome to pick whichever one feels most appropriate to you. I would suggest perhaps afraid would probably.
Afraid makes a lot of sense. I was thinking insecure as well, potentially.
That is potentially possible.
Kind of, yes, similar. Yeah, afraid. I think afraid makes total sense. I'll just go afraid.
Yeah, it's just this shriek that just puts primal fear into your brain. Like, you just want to turn and run away when you hear it.
So I feel like he's hyperventilating, and Rachel, you could probably feel like the urge to hyperventilate, or like the psychic effects.
I'm used to dealing with panic attacks. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. So are you guys kind of standing like on either side of it? What's going on here?
We probably would have gone to the opposite side from Minerva, just flank it if possible.
Sounds about right to me.
Although we saw its stomach, so.
Well, I mean, that was like when you were flying, so.
Okay.
You kind of came down on the opposite side. All right, then it is just going to go ahead and just kind of whirling dervish with its claws. And I believe that it can strike both of you.
This will go well.
That is 2 hits. So I need all of you to go ahead and roll to defend.
Right.
Okay.
I'll do the D6.
You've got the D12, D8, and then
12?
you've got the other one.
Drift,
yeah,
right?
I got the other child.
The second one?
I got the
Yes.
drift
I think
dice.
so. Hull and drift, right?
That's an 8 and a 6 for me, and
That's a 7.
That's a
shield
five.
Right,
does
so
something
we
for
got
us.
an 11.
Oh, what does
Two
shield do for
to your
us?
Shield
defense
adds
rating.
2, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
+2.
We should probably.
So,
hold on
you got
really
a 5.
Oh, yes.
Midnight, what were your 2 rolls?
11. We got 11 total.
Okay, that is a failure.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure, Minerva, you probably succeeded with your ridiculous armor.
If we're including the shield in my rolls, I have 16.
And then I rolled 5.
Cool,
on
so
top of
yeah,
that.
you guys are fine. It just sort of scratches off. I think it's just like the tail just kind of like thuds against the shield. However, kind of seeing this, it only is sort of half-heartedly swiping at you, and it just sort of pounces on Midnight, just shredding into some of the armor plating. However, each of you, all of you, do take 1 stress from being successfully attacked.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I need, actually, I think, unfortunately, since you can't roll your toughness die, Lee,
Oh.
you are automatically rattled.
Oh no.
Well, I was already rattled.
No,
No,
that
but then
gets
you got
cleared
the-
when you get a condition.
Now, you have a condition and you're rattled again.
Yeah,
I'm like, does it? I don't remember.
it does. It does.
Why would you know? It's not like you wrote this.
The best,
I'm
yeah, but the
sorry,
best way to learn your game, like
In Justin's
really,
defense,
though.
I did change a bunch of stuff.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm just
also,
making fun
I
of you.
played
It's my
so
job.
many. I played so many different versions of it that they're
Yeah.
all jumbled in my
Good
head.
point.
So yeah,
I'm just
there's a
being
lot of
mean
stuff
to
that
you.
changed.
Let me bully him.
Please go for it. Go for it.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm rattled.
All right, and then this thing is going to try to recover. 1 success. Excellent. All right. Minerva. Shailee, you're not feeling at your best.
Nope, I am rattled.
You got this, kid.
Okay, so I suggest we brace. Well, no. Okay. Well, brace, and I think I might roll to recover.
You cannot roll to recover for yourself unless you want to push.
Oh, I can't. Never mind. Okay.
Ransom has to do it for you. That's what teamwork is all about.
Teamwork. Well,
Work makes the dream work.
I'm rattled, but we should probably remove it before it becomes a condition, which it will. Another bad roll. And then attack, because we have the sword out.
I actually get better when I get rattled, which sucks. So I wish I had ended up with that. But yeah.
Why don't I brace this time?
Yeah, you brace. I'll recover.
And then we will.
I think
You guys
stab
can just
it.
charge forward.
I think you
sword
see
in
like a very grim and determined look, and Ransom just looks over at Shailee and just goes, "It's a hell of a good fight, right? Ain't nothing like a kaiju."
Okay, let's do this.
All right, roll heart plus drift, Ransom.
Okay, D12, D6.
Hurtin' leader.
That is a 6 and a 6.
Hold on, really quick. That is a good question. Let me double check. I lied. It's heart plus leader. Sorry.
I don't think it. Oh, it matters. Can I keep the 6?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll the. It's a 6 and a 4.
All right. So you do.
Sorry.
You do remove Shailee's rattled condition. Thank you,
It
Rachel.
worked. You just needed one hit.
But you just don't clear any stress from yourself.
I don't clear any stress.
So yeah, Shailee, you feel
a little bit better.
calmed and settled, and like it's not just like saying it. It's like he's sending you mental strength through your drift link.
Oh, those are some good Zen vibes, old
Yeah.
No, but we haven't. Never mind. I'll wait till my turn.
That good
okay.
battles then.
All right, so the bracing.
Yeah,
I think
Shailee.
I feel like dig
we,
down.
Yeah, like pull the shield a little further in front of you guys as you're
Yeah.
kind of stalking forward, and you can make an attack with your beam sword.
Sword.
Yeah, I guess in this, Ransom will kind of take lead in this, and we're gonna throw a cute little flourish, kind of just like a real casual little flourish onto that.
Oh, also, you realize that the Coon Master is allowing you to take a lead.
Oh, 100%.
Sword
100%.
All right, I'll roll the 12.
All right.
I'll roll
and I'm
drift.
You're rolling drift, and I am rolling. Wait, what are we rolling? What's the
Arsenal,
other
right?
one?
Arsenal
yeah.
and drift, yes.
Arsenal and drift. Okay.
Oh, if only this thing had a melee weapon. Does its arm count as a melee weapon?
D12, double D12s, baby. That's a 6.
It's a 2.
Oh.
All right, so that's one hit. So that's 11 damage from your beam sword. So it needs to roll to defend. It does. So it still take the stress. Don't worry, I've been counting it down. Yeah, you stab it, but it kind of like slaps the beam sword kind of between two big scaly paws. It like burns a little bit, but not enough to do any sort of serious damage, and just sort of shoves you off. Midnight.
So I should
All
probably
right.
recover. But also it occurs to me that, like, we still haven't used the Delta Protocol.
Oh man, that's an excellent point.
Which may not be smart. What
The
is
other
the name
thing
of this?
that you notice is the helicopter has begun falling out of the sky. You get the sense it was close enough that whatever yell thing that kaiju did may have affected
We should go
the
rescue
person
that.
piloting it.
I mean,
should
I'm just
probably look
outing
at
myself as a Slytherin over here. Like,
Hey, I'm a Slytherin too.
Play
Media's
stupid
important.
games.
Media is important. You need to have a good image to get your stuff done.
Well, it's also, you gotta do the one helicopter versus the whole island if we don't kill this guy.
Yeah, I mean
How
that's
close
the
is the
thought
helicopter?
that's going through Lee's head right now.
You'd probably have to do the like dash thingy to get there.
Oh. Also, you hope that they'll bail?
Well, presumably they're crashing because they were stunned or something.
Yeah.
So they probably can't bail.
Or their systems are still, I don't know.
No, you get the sense that like this thing did some sort of like psychic scream thing. You get the sense that whatever happened to Lee probably happened to the pilots.
You want to talk about janky physics? Helicopters in Pacific Rim are like helicopters fuck me up, guys. They're weird.
So, Rachel, you're in Lee's head, and Lee feels like at this point, here's the thing. You know, Lee is like self-sacrifice anyway, and definitely would want to help these people out, but he is terribly afraid that this kaiju is like getting the upper hand or about to or could grab the upper hand, and that we really need to like just lay one really good shot into this thing, or else it could mean sort of
Here's my thought.
Yeah, go for it.
Which direction is the helicopter relative to the island?
Towards it.
Never mind. I was gonna say we could try running towards it and distract the thing at the same time, but that's not gonna help if it's going towards the island.
Oh,
And then
I
there
didn't even
is
realize
also-
that you could lead.
That was my thought.
Yeah.
Maybe we could lead him away.
Yeah, I mean you could do that. You could challenge it.
Mm-hmm.
Except that doesn't help us get the guys.
All right, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So-
I was going to recover you because you already have one condition, and I do not think we can afford to give you another one.
Ooh. That's up to you.
That's pretty.
Rachel, you seem definitive about it. Go ahead and
I'm gonna
roll
do that.
heart plus
Go for it.
leader.
Go for it.
Heart and leader are like two of the things I'm actually good at. So
Yeah.
3 successes.
Nice. So Lee, you are cleared of rattled, and Rachel, you cleared 2 stress.
Nice.
Tell me what you're saying, what you're thinking to Lee as you.
I'm just gonna be like, look, I know it's terrifying, it absolutely is, but we are in a terrifying, gigantic robot with state-of-the-art technology that even I don't understand. And if anything can defeat this, it's this. So, let's do this. We've got this.
Okay. So then, at that point, Lee is very tempted to hit this Delta Protocol button, or to say Delta Protocol engage.
You want to do it?
I don't know what it does,
Oh,
but
do
I'm so
it!
excited.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all! It's about that time of night.
it's
All right.
about that time of night.
So yeah, Lee, just as you're thinking about it, just the panel kind of slides up, and you reach out to touch the button. You hear,
Reach out, touch me.
Delta Protocol. Engage.
you have advantage on any roll that uses your drift die.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, cool. So we're suddenly like our minds get like linked on like a next level,
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly right.
Okay.
You're not sure if it will ever be able to be undone or not.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, so we might like be like permanently linked in each other's
You
brains.
don't
Okay,
know.
Great. If it's okay, save the helicopter or shoot the thing.
I want to save the helicopter.
Okay, we saved the helicopter.
All right, yeah, you guys
I
can
feel
do
like
that
they've
pretty
got this.
simply using
Okay.
your aerofoils, just like boosting. I would just say,
Okay.
give me like a drift plus drive roll.
Okay, I'll do drive.
I'll do the drift and the advantage.
You got one
One
hit.
success.
All right.
Yeah,
two
that's
successes.
more than enough. You kind of launch the airfoils, not necessarily fully engaged, but just help you like glide that little bit and catch it in your hands and kind of just set it down on a little sandbar and stand back up. You guys can see like every panel in this thing is glowing intensely blue. It looks like it's giving off some sort of like weird, probably radiation, not necessarily nuclear, but something.
Oh.
Meanwhile, you guys are looking over at us like, what are they doing?
Yes.
That's probably not healthy, but it's fine. We'll deal with it.
What just happened over there? They went all. Did you see that?
Wasn't really paying attention, more focused on the large scaly monstrosity.
Yes,
trying
but
to eat us, but
our sneaky, invisible friend going bright blue.
yeah,
in
that's
face.
bad. Someone needs to teach them how to be sneaky.
Can we hear this over the comms?
I assume so.
Yeah?
You
What's
lot-
I
happening
really
over
don't
there?
think you're the ones to tell us to be sneaky.
Are you
All right.
okay? Why are you blue?
Figured out what Delta Protocol does.
What?
You've blown yourself.
You painting a target on yourself? What does it do?
Well, I can. Drift is very strong.
So you're saying we should
You
press the
actually
button?
hear both of them talking in unison.
Oh.
Maybe.
I
Ah!
was about to say, yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
super creepy.
Holt, this is some haunted ass shit. Should we do it too?
Well, first things first, it's the kaiju,
It's the yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Let's watch and see
It's
how
coming
this-
around again.
which is going to just
Where did your accent go, buddy?
straight
I
up,
don't know.
straight
I'm
up
drunk.
spit in
Leave me
your
alone.
face.
Ooh.
Oh, gross, rude. I mean, we do have a shield, so get fucked. It's that time.
push.
It's that time of night. I put my accent
That's
away.
more like it. 3 hits.
Fuck.
They've got it, I say, as they demonstratively do not have it.
Okay. What are you rolling? What am I rolling?
You braced, so you are rolling your toughness and the drift dice, and I am rolling Hall, which is a D10.
I believe my toughness is a
8.
8. Yeah. Okay, that's a 9 and a 7.
5 on my end.
All right. That is just barely a success.
Plus the 2 from the shield.
Yeah, no, I was counting that.
Okay.
I rolled real good. That damage rating was, I believe, a 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so your guys' shield is just scored by this acid. Yeah, I think it's just gonna do that one more time just because it's its best attack. Just trying to like worm its
No,
head
I
around
don't
you.
want to swap spit with you.
That's 3 successes again.
Fuck.
Again.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's my best attack.
Well, I rolled better.
I rolled a 3.
I rolled an 8 and a 10.
All right, that
Shit,
is still just enough.
21,
Yeah,
25.
plus- yeah.
That's 25.
No, it's 23.
No, but
Well, I rolled 18.
and I
You
rolled
have a
3.
3. And then we have 2 on
Oh,
top.
sorry. I thought you were totaling yours up, Puja.
No, I rolled. I announced what was on the
Look,
dice.
you guys are good.
fucking brightly hard.
We fried our brains, but they're
Our brains came pre-fried.
Yeah, you have to have brains to fry.
Okay. Holy shit. All right. So, but we take like how many fucking stress? Because I
know.
made
Two apiece.
cool.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I have.
This
I
thing's
am
just gonna
one
try
shy.
to gonna try to rip the shield out of your hand because it's annoyed that it can't get to you.
I'm 2 shy of whatever stress standing
That's
it is.
2 successes, so that's 1 more stress, my friends.
Shit.
I'm one shy of what happens when we hit total stress.
You get knocked out of drift.
Oh,
Well, I thought
shit.
you just took 3 this round, Hopper.
Yeah.
And you're still 1 shy?
I have 13 total, but I had 2 pushes earlier on, and we've been hit like so many
Yeah.
times.
Well, oh no, don't worry. I am 1 shy of falling out of
Yes.
drift too.
We're both about to lose.
All right.
Oh my god.
So it's
Oh, yeah,
your
we're defending
guys'
again?
turn.
Oh, we can't recover stress easily.
How about we press a button?
Yeah. So like cinematically, so basically, so the grab happened, and it was able to grab the shields. So
It kind of grabbed the shield, but it can't it was trying to rip it out of you, but it can't use all of its arms right now.
Yeah.
because it's busy
Yeah.
being awful. Got you. So yeah, I think It's just like we cut to the cockpit and just sweat screaming down behind the helmet. Hold, we got hold, and get it with the sword when you can.
Okay, so what action is Kaiju Blue?
It's a pilot action.
Delta Protocol. Okay, so
You wanna hit the button?
I think you should brace, hit the button, and
Stabby.
Okay, I'll brace.
chop the arm off or some shit. All right.
Brace, hit the button, and
You brace. Shailee also sweating bullets. She's like, this isn't working. We need something more.
As soon as you say that, boop, the pop-up appears.
All right, we'll discuss how creepy this is at another time. We don't have time right now. Shailee's just
No.
gonna go full palm on button.
Initiating Delta Protocol.
And yeah, like all the veins in your eyes just sort of turn blue for a second. And yeah, it's like...
This is healthy, I'm sure.
I was gonna say, both of you, like, you stop even sort of seeing the interior of the con pod. It's like feeling like you are the Jaeger.
Okay.
It is next level drift.
All right.
does it
let's-
feel good?
Yeah.
Let's
Feels
Abby.
real good.
You feel powerful.
All right.
And also you feel like stronger.
Okay.
In fact, everyone who initiated protocol, now that you've both done it, can go ahead and clear 6 stress.
Oh.
Y'all made a good decision, huh?
Well, there was no choice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let's stop it. You rolling Arsenal? I'll roll Drift.
Yep,
And roll
sounds like a
advantage
plan.
on that drift die.
Yeah. Arsenal. All
right.
It's a 9.
I rolled a
So
6.
1, but still.
So 2 hits. Yeah, so that'll be that hits and it deals what's your normal damage? 11, so 13 damage. I defend. No, that's a 10.
Nice.
So yeah, you rattle its body for sure. You kind of cut one of the arms off, leaving it open and exposed. It kind of like spirals around. You kind of like shove it off with the shield spiraling out. And Lee and Rachel, you guys can see that big open belly as Minerva shoves it away.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
I think so, yeah. Do you want to try to boost up as much energy as possible? Just like go like full Jaeger Super Saiyan on this thing?
Hey.
I was gonna suggest we focus and analyze, but that works too.
You can also
well, is
both
it already?
focus. It's
Does
already
the
rattled.
analyze still? Does the analyze still apply? We analyzed it once.
It would just give it. No, I don't think so, because you
Okay,
already.
It does
That's
say against your next attack. It does not specify which turn the attack is on, but probably.
Justin.
Listen, I can't be held accountable.
Honestly, I would say you have your statistics. I think are better on having more advantages on your attack roll than giving it disadvantage.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm wrong about that.
I'm gonna analyze it real quick.
Because we might rattle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's already rattled.
Yeah, but disadvantage on, I think
Yeah.
the disadvantage on defense will be really good. So I got a ton, but all that really matters is the disadvantage on
Yeah.
defense. We, reticules come in,
Yeah.
there's like all these little spots and spots to hit it. And I'm like, oh, if we spread the beam into like multiple like tiny beams, then like we might be able
The
to
scientific
pierce its
term.
defenses. Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'll focus.
Okay,
All right.
great.
Yeah, I'm picturing that as Rachel like calibrating the like frequency of the laser in accordance with what Leah's saying. Yeah. All right,
All
go ahead
right,
and
I'll
roll that hit.
I'll do precision and 1 advantage.
And that so it's precision and arsenal.
No, so it would be
I've forgotten again.
arsenal and drift, and each of you can roll an
Yeah.
advantage as well.
Yeah, so you do
Right.
drift and advantage.
Well, oh yeah, actually, it wouldn't be advantages. Each one of you would have a D8 advantage. That's how this game works.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right, that is how this game works.
You can roll the advantage.
Do you want me? I guess I'll re-roll my.
If you don't want to, I
that
can.
I rolled. No, I got it. Okay, so 1 hit.
1 hit.
All right, so 2 hits. What's the
Okay.
damage, Justin?
Okay, so we're gonna add 2 for the extra hit. Do you want to also add 2 more
We could
for
overclock.
pumping some energy in it?
Yeah, let's do
I think
it.
that would be wise. So 17.
No, that's a 4 with that disadvantage.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think Minerva, you slice off some of the arms, shove it backward with the shield. It kind of spins up out of the water, and right as it does, Midnight kind of turning at great distance, kind of reticles locking in. This beam cannon just fires, and you hit it straight in the underbelly, and it explodes. Just, I mean, not really, because that's not really what Jaeger weapons are meant to do, right? So I guess it just kind of just bores a hole straight through the center of this thing, because they're meant to cauterize.
Good point.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to live in the fiction. So yeah, you just punch a hole, probably the size of a bus, through the center of this kaiju, which kind of, and like this
Amazing.
big massive wave hits.
And a geyser shoots up but where the hole was,
Yeah,
because obviously. Yeah.
And you guys turn kind of back towards the fallen chopper, which is, you see the people have kind of like climbed out of it and are like jumping up and down, and then this massive shadow falls over them as you see a limping Jaeger kind of approaching, and you just hear it say,
Well, I guess you guys won't be needing any backup.
and Shailee, you recognize the somewhat dilapidated form of
Aw.
Viper Alamo, just sort of standing there somewhat lamely.
Yeah. Then Shailee will, if Shailee speaks back to them, will Ransom be speaking with her?
Yep.
Oh, so creepy.
Okay. So she's gonna hit the button and say, "Oh, trust you fools to show up once I've already done the stupid thing."
And you got old angry man voice kind of being overlaid
Yeah.
by all
Yeah.
that.
I don't really want to know what's going on with that vocal effect, but you can go ahead and follow us back to the Shadow Dome.
And I think
Roger
that's-
that.
There might be some radiation. We will also add the 2 of us in unison, I assume.
We're so creepy.
So be careful of that.
I think the last sort of shot in this scene that we see is 3 Jaegers as the sun just drops and the stars wheel out. We see, a bunch of like boats and other like support vehicles like coming out around the body of the kaiju trying to like do damage control. But these 3 Jaegers just kind of walking in this line, the eerie blue glow lighting up the night. And then we're gonna cut ahead. I don't know how far ahead each of you wants to cut, but give me just a short, quick epilogue. for your
Are we still in
character.
each other's brains?
It depends how much time has passed. So you tell me how much time you want to jump forward. I would say maybe a couple of days or a week or so. It's up to you guys. Tell me. Hey, here's what I'll say. You're able to. The first night is tough. You're dreaming dreams that aren't yours. For the first day or so, anytime that your partner is out of the room, you start breaking out in cold sweat, nervous tremors.
Separation anxiety.
That's
Oh, no.
intense, man.
However, you were exposed for a very short amount of time, and you're hearing speculations from Dr. Park. She's kind of running a bunch of physicals on you, saying it seems like it has something to do with some sort of like they're not really sure, but it's like syncing of your brainwaves, almost like a hive mind effect.
Okay.
Oh.
But that they're trying treatments that they are hoping will reverse the effect. There's arguing between people in suits about whether it should be reversed and whether or not you would be more useful assets.
Oh my god.
But it seems like Dr. Park and probably the Marshal have your back, and that this is a pretty high-level red tape. You see stories on the news about a telecom giant hiding on a private island, trying to avoid extradition.
Yeah, he is.
I know what my flashback is. Or
Yeah,
my flash forward is.
go ahead. Each of you, Hopper, sounds like you've got one.
Yeah, go ahead, Harvard.
I'd like to go last.
Oh, well.
Sure. So I'll just say I think that Lee, as they're getting all these like tests done on them, just sort of like, you know, I think he hangs out with Rachel a lot. He continues to watch trash TV with Rachel, and I think he's like, you know, I think, listen, I don't know how long this is gonna last, maybe forever, but we got to make the best of it. Maybe we can figure out what's going on with us. Maybe we can figure out a way to save the world. Who knows? Maybe there's answers here. I know that this seems like a curse, but it also feels like a second chance for me. And I know you probably would have never wanted to be linked up with a guy like me, but
I mean, linked up with you, I didn't get caught once. That hasn't happened ever. So I think perhaps you should give yourself a little bit more credit there. And remember, I can see into your brain, so I think I know of what I speak.
fair point. And yeah, and I think Lee spends the next number of weeks with Rachel just trying to like research exactly what's going on, and I think gains quite a bit of confidence from Rachel, actually, just from like her bravado stepping in front of like people all the time and like not caring what they think, which I think caring what other people think was huge for Lee, and so I think gave him a real big breakthrough in terms of that.
Absolutely.
To absorb all of my media lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we see like one of you studying while the other one watches like trash TV, but you're both simultaneously doing both things.
We can multitask
Yes.
so well.
That's perfect.
We can do. Rachel's just like, wait, we can do 2 different projects at once. We can get so much done.
Oh no.
Or like one of you sleeping while the other one works. Like,
So I don't know if Shailee can do her. I Hopper, I need to know what you're doing.
Oh, I'm gonna bookend all this shit. So
No, I
can do
know,
the
but
thing.
what Shailee is gonna do is gonna depend on where Ransom is.
Ransom sticks around for the first immediate couple weeks.
Okay.
Just yeah, like I'm jumping a little bit forward for mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they are putting you guys through a rigorous amount of testing, so.
I think for Shailee, you see, when she's not getting the rigorous amount of testing and bitching about it constantly, it seems that Ransom's grumpiness might have rubbed off on her a little bit. You see her honestly spending a bunch of time with her family, because the accidental upside of this is that she now gets to hang out with her brothers, and kind of learn from them the ins and outs of actually being active Jaeger pilots, because of course this whole time she's been grounded, and it seems like she may not need to, like, she's not into the idea of being used as a governmental experiment, but I think you see her kind of making her peace with it, and leaving the big fighting, letting kind of Ransom make the call as to what he wants to do with his future, given that sadly he has less of it.
I was going to say, I think one of the experiments that we see kind of intercut here is Shailee kind of standing on the side in a Queen room, and Ransom in the center of it, blindfolded, with fighting both of her brothers, because it's like,
Yeah. Oh, that would be so funny. And Shailee in her head. I'm sure there's a moment where like you see Ransom almost like flip, but then not, because that's Shaylee's desires and Ransom's physical capabilities coming to a head.
Yeah, and we see the other way around also, but
but I just think that's
I prefer
really funny. Of Ransom like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, trying. Oh, my back.
Oh fuck.
True partnership is accidentally throwing out your partner's back because you forget that you're separate people.
Yes, that's life goals, right?
I was gonna say, I was like, that could be read in many different ways.
It sure could.
Oh,
Just got it.
I think that Ransom kind of takes away a lot from this time period too, and definitely seems less grumpy. Though I think Shailee also realizes that Ransom's in a lot of pain pretty much all the time, thanks to fun side effects of radiation, folks. And is everybody gone? Because I
haven't gone yet,
Yeah,
technically,
Rachel
but I also don't really have much in the way of ideas.
That's okay.
So I feel like what Rachel does is she takes some, like, obviously can't do any media stuff for a while because she's kind of locked away in this government facility in wherever mumble top secret place. I think what she would like to do, if she can, is spend some time looking at all of this tech that they still have from Altus and looking at the various like markets and stuff. And I think what she would like to do is just, I'm sure his stock has crashed and everything since all of the news came out, but she would like very much to just find everything of his and just bury him.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see Rachel kind of like walking in a power suit or like sitting in a video meeting with like holograph like people in chairs, like at a shareholders meeting, like giving a damning
I would like to buy Altus is
presentation.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna take you some time, but we see you like laying the groundwork. People like definitely taking your opinion and like, yeah.
The other thing is, she was going to be nice, but now she's not. So she also, I would like to say, probably with some help from Lee with such things, she will post the video she took very early on of Ransom beating up Altus. She will also edit it slightly to make it even worse for him.
Oh yeah.
And she's going to find every single Jaeger groupie thing he has ever done and release it to the internet.
Oh God!
If she can, I would like to hack into his computer and find his fan fiction.
You begin a long and humiliating campaign of revealing all of Ryland Altus's dirty secrets.
Then I go to Lee and I say, so you know how we both really enjoy crap telly? Want to make... Well, I have, from Family Connections, I have money. Want to see if we can make a really awful soap opera about this man and just turn him into a laughingstock?
Oh my God.
Comcast Dundee. I think it'd be a hit.
Oh my God.
He says, well, we have the spare time. I mean, we're so efficient when we work like this.
Right? Perfect.
All right, and
Comcast Dundee will become a household name.
Last but not least.
So it takes some time, especially because extradition's wonky. But watching an empire fall to ruins, I think we probably get a montage of Ransom actually spending a decent amount of quality time with Shailee and maybe family adjacent stuff as well. And after then you get a couple dramatic, somber looking kind of snippets of like doctors' offices and whatnot. And Ransom, the next thing you see is Ransom on a seaplane. And being greeted by Altus on said private island. Seems like he has managed to finagle his way into being invited. I blew all my money, you know?
As you may recall, he does owe you dinner.
He does owe me dinner, and I'm broke. And then probably that immediately leads to you guys watching a much less haggard looking Ransom sneaking out of the mansion at night with and dropping a silenced pistol in the doorway behind him as he leaves. Probably the very last shot is a briefcase with all of the money that Ransom got from getting the Jaeger, the 100,000 plus the bonus, whatever bonus got negotiated, getting kind of couriered to wherever Shailee is at the time.
And Ransom disappears. And with that somber thought, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap our Pacific Rim flight. I know it's late. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with it. Thank you, wonderful cast, for this beautiful adventure.
Thank you. That was so fun.
So fun.
Good. Please stick around, tune in. We got a bunch of great... I feel like I got to change out of this creepy red light now. I got to go. Something a little more... There we go. That's so much better. We have a bunch of great one-shots coming up. Maybe something like this. Yeah, that's better. A bunch of great one-shots coming up in the rest of July here on Flights of Fandom. We got some great stuff, so check out our Twitter and our Discord for all of that information. You can catch some of these people there. You can catch all of our other great shows on this channel as well. Check those same sources for our schedule. And do be sure to check out Beamswords and Bazookas, a great game. If you want to know about the rule changes for Pacific Rim, hit me up on the Discord. I'm Darling Archer. And anything else you fine players want to plug before we sign off?
Stay tuned for Epsilon Protocol, the sequel.
Whoa!
That's a joke.
You can catch me this Thursday on the Wandering DMs channel, where I will be playing make-believe comic book heroes. And let me check if I'm gaming this Sunday or the one after, because I don't remember this stuff. Oh, actually, yes, you can catch me here again at 1 p.m. on this Sunday, playing Chapter 3 of the Book of Ritheta, the Starfinder campaign that our darling friends in Europe and Asia have been playing. And so the time's changing so that I can pop in, but I'm very excited to play. It's my first Starfinder game, and it's been a very long time since I've played a game DM'd by Chris. So yay! I'm looking forward to that. So that is going to be 2 Eastern on Sunday.
Manapod is like a global operation now.
That's the whole.
It sure is.
That's been the plan from the beginning. I mean, it always has.
Just to clarify, 2 p.m.
Cool.
2 p.m. Eastern. Yes, global domination. That is the plan.
That's the plan.
And next week at this time slot, you can catch me and Puja as we formally start a series of one-shots, and this one being run by Jeff Stormer, running his game Mission Accomplished, as we dip just a little bit into the Archer universe, which should be real fucking dumb. But I'd also like to throw a shout out to our friends over at Encounter Party. They're super rad. You should check them out. And I gotta go to sleep.
All right. Thank you,
Bedtime.
everybody. It has been such a wonderful journey with all of you, and I hope that we will see everyone again soon here on Flights of Fandom. All right.
And happy Disability Pride Month.
Yes, very much so. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.